Boom, bim, bam, boom. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Voices of College Nation radio show. I am the chief host of College Genesis, your host with the most, guiding you through the next couple of hours in some interesting conversations, stimulating debate and discussions. And we're going to basically get it down, rocking tonight as we do for another explosive topic. The topic tonight is Black America is the plural? Singular. Black America is one. I'm using Black America as a collective. So I say is Black America addicted to racism, right? And I would have to say yes. We are addicted to racism to the point where we can't see beyond racism and everything. Now, we understand that we live in a racist society or a society based on race and everything. But do we go looking for a solution for a problem that doesn't exist and everything like that? Are we obsessed with race so much that we create it in our own minds, and we want to live this fantasy of being victims and everything like that? When the reality is, we're going to go over some statistics tonight. That a lot of stuff we say is not factually not true. Like when people say the death penalty is racist, actually, there's more white people get the death penalty than black people. Now, it's true that black people kill white people more likely to get the death penalty, but the overall number of people on death row are white and male. The more people who execute in this country are mostly white and male. So the death penalty, for the most part, is not was not considered racist. Also, the number of people killed by police, because there's way more white people. They say, well, there's more white people in the country. Yes, but the number of black people killed by police is very minuscule. Most police shootings usually happen with a domestic situation, a bank robbery, or something like that, and somebody actually firing on the police. Now, what group of people have the balls to fire on police and return fire on police? Mostly it's white people. You got some crazy Negroes out there, but for the most part, the idea that white people are walking around with guns and badges, knocking on the door, shooting black people down every day is stupid. I've heard that before. You can't drive down the street because you're going to get shot by the police. George Floyd, Alton Sterling. Yeah, those are tragedies. They happen and everything like that, but they're so friggin' minute. And people will say, Colin, how dare you say that? That's a sacrilege. You're saying racist. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're not race soldiers out there. They're racist, everything. But if you take all the billions of interaction between whites and blacks in this country and everything like that, although you might have microaggressions, it's more about microaggressions. But we say racism. Microaggressions are going to be there no matter what. You get microaggressions from your own race, from other black people, and so therefore, of course, when you around strangers or different race, you're gonna get microaggressions. Of course, that's natural, But the bottom line is it unbearable to the point where you're just like, wow, man, racism has to change everything. And what can you do politically? And that's the point I'm trying to make tonight. Everything that we do is tied up politically, right? And we came to the conclusion last night, black people really don't have anything to really rally around politically, because we tried to rally around defund the police. That didn't work because a lot of black people support the police. We don't want crime to run rampant. We saw crime is out of control in many black precincts. So we don't want to defund the police and everything. Do we want racism, more oversight? Of course, that's common sense. We want racist cops off the streets. Of course we do. But the bottom line is this, defund the police, no. Black people talk about reparations, that hasn't hit the mainstream of Black America yet, That's not a political issue, that's not a real legitimate political issue. You getting reparations for something that happened a couple of hundred years ago, and you can't even find out who your ancestors were. And some of them you walk around and talk about you're not even black and everything. So what do we have to basically rally around, What do we rally? We certainly don't want to rally around black success and black excellence, which is a lot of it right here. We have the richest black man in the world in America. What's his name? David Stewart, right? He's richer than Aliko Dangote now from Nigeria, inside of America. But we don't basically talk about the good things that Black America produces and everything. The record number of black millionaires, record number of black home ownership, the record number of black businesses opened up over the last 20 years. The fact that majority of black African American males are in the middle class, and earning a lot of money and stuff like that. They said it's exceeded beyond expectation. The fact that the prison rate among black people have been trending downward for the last 15, 20 years. The number of black people going to jail is actually going down at a steady decline. We don't celebrate that. So because the bottom line is this, you need something to complain about. If you have nothing to complain about, you don't have any identity. So is our identity tied up in victimization and racism and problems? Do we let the misery merchants tell us what idea? Every time I look around, you got a misery merchant come around, doom and gloom. It's like doom. Okay, let's hear your speech, Mr. Misery Merchant. Okay, Kyle, sit down, have a thing. Doom and gloom. Okay, point taken. Now, what's the next point? Doom and more gloom. Okay, I get it. Okay. Are you going somewhere with this? Get on with the speech. I'm getting bored. Doom and gloom. Doom and gloom. Okay, you said that 3 times. Give me something else. Okay, I was America, our situation in America. Doom, 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 gloom, gloom, gloom. Okay, you said doom, 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 gloom, gloom, gloom. Okay, is there anything else? No, it's just doom, 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 gloom, gloom, gloom. So when people want to get your doom and gloom on, I'll always go to Mr. Farrakhan, Umar Johnson, and sometimes I like to get my doom and gloom on too. Yeah, man, the sky's falling, everything's falling apart, man. What the hell is we gonna do and whatnot? Yeah, look, I was a Negro once too. What the hell is we's gonna do? Doom and gloom, doom and gloom. Oh, agony, 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 agony. But let me tell you something, folks. If any young person listens to this, what I'm saying, right, take it from a former Pan-Africanist, right, a reformed Pan-Africanist. I'm a Pan-Africanist, but a reformed Pan-Africanist, right? Leave this shit alone. Don't listen to Umar. Do what's best for your life. Make yourself happy, right? Don't do what I did. My life is not your life. If you got one life out there, live it. Be happy. The pursuit of happiness. If what you're doing is not making you happy and everything, don't do it. That's the advice I can give to you out there, whether it's you're a black nationalist, you're a Christian, you're an activist, whatever like that. If it's not bringing you peace and happiness, leave it the hell alone. Because the people will basically give you doom and gloom and you feel like you're hopeless and everything like that, to the point where like, oh man, just so focused, agony, 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 agony. Doom and gloom, Doom and gloom, Yeah, let's get our doom and gloom on. Let's go listen to Professor such and such. And you ever have these people, they got their doom and gloom mixtape series and whatnot. Here's Khalid Muhammad, Here's Farrakhan, man. It's like this, I got this tape over here, Dr. Henry Clark, man. He was dropping the knowledge, man. Doom and gloom, So there's a huge market for doom and gloom in our community, right? Some people, especially middle class black people, they always want to get out of guilt when they want to get their doom and gloom on. You ever see people like that? I see a lot of white people like that too. That they middle class white people got money and everything. They love watching like things like Tyler Perry. They like watching things like Roots. And so like, what is that all about? Where people like watching misery, right? Why do you think the Waltons was so popular? The Waltons was so popular among middle America. Why? Because it was set in the Depression, they were poor and blah, 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 blah. So black and white people could relate to that, It's a sick thing, people, shows that deal with poverty and thing is always going to be more popular in shows where people are happy and joyful. That's just what it is, People like getting their doom and gloom on, their doom and gloom. And Black America is addicted to racism, right? If there's no racism, Black people find it. We find racism anywhere, man. We can go to Mars tomorrow. You can ship every Negro to Mars tomorrow. He's going to be up there complaining about the Martian, the green man being discriminated against. So I'm going to say the green people don't like us. Whatnot. The Martians, man, they make me feel a certain type of way. You see how they be doing us and whatnot in Mars and whatnot. So I came back to Earth, man. The Martians are racist and whatnot, We'll find racism anywhere, in the universe, So that's what it is. I know Mary Shai is laughing, but the bottom line, it's the truth. Mary Shai, I'm telling the truth. A Negro will find racism everywhere. He'll find racism under a rock. He'll find it in the sky. He'll find it in a tree. Anywhere he can when I racism, the black leadership, the blood sucking class, right? There's plenty of, let's not fight with each other, man, because there's plenty of racism around for everybody. They're cutting up their steak, eating and whatnot, You're about to do this rally over here. Okay, you got the rally next week, whatnot. There's plenty of racism to go around. So the bottom line is we're going to get our doom and gloom on, and we're going to make this money because racism is everywhere and whatnot, So we're talking about tonight, man, the addiction to racism, the addiction. Not saying that there's racism that don't exist. Now, I am not saying that at all. But the bottom line, I think black people, we want to, you're way stronger than racism. You're way stronger than white supremacy. That's the way I believe, I don't believe anything can hold me down or hold me back or get in my way what I'm trying to do. I'm dead serious. That's what I believe. I believe in myself that much. That some little puny little racism, whatever it is not going to be any problem to me. That's when I see a 6'8" dude like LeBron James talk about racism is so out there and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what to do and whatnot. You a big 6'8" motherfucker that can swing your arms and break necks and whatnot. And you talk about some goddamn racism like you some little friggin' sissy. Come on, LeBron. And I swear, every time I see LeBron say that, when I feel like jumping through the screen, and I swear to God, some of these dudes, man, I'm just going to roll up on them and just pop right in the friggin' head. What the hell are you thinking about? How you embarrass us like that, getting up there, Ta-Nehisi Coates, getting up there crying in front of Congress and whatnot. Oh, racism is so bad, and we've been through a lot. Ooh, boo-hoo, 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 racism, So the bottom line, that's what we're talking about tonight, And building on what I was saying last night about the black political class, I meant every last single word of that. We have a black blood-sucking class, right? That the worst thing that ever happened to Black America is the black political class, because the bottom line is they only out for themselves. Right now, they're telling you they're openly telling you that they don't give a shit about you. They openly say it's not about you, it's about them, their connections to the political power structure, and what they can get out of it. They're openly telling you, and they're saying, "What are you going to do about it?" That's exactly what they're saying. You say, well, why should we vote for Kamala? It doesn't matter. You just better get out there and vote for Kamala. And Roland Martin, that fat fuck, look like he's going to come across the screen like, you a punk, like he's going to do something. What the fuck is this fat ass going to do? Like he's going to hit somebody if they don't vote for Kamala or whatnot. Roland, we'll roll your little fat ass out of here and whatnot, for you get stomped. That one dude approached him in Chicago when I guess they had some words online. Dude approached him, Roland got scared, Yeah, Roland got scared. Oh, yeah, nigga. People come after you. Keep running your mouth. Keep running your fat pork chop eating mouth and whatnot. Yeah, somebody's gonna step to you when I put their fist in it. So the bottom line is this: ain't nobody in a position to tell nobody what to vote for. If you want to vote for Kamala, you can go ahead and do it. I ain't gonna say nothing. You want to vote for Donald Trump? Hey, look, that's on you. Whatever you want to do. You want to stay home this election? That's fine with me. Ain't nobody in no position to tell black people who to vote for, because none of these politicians are worth a goddamn, to tell you the truth. And that's the truth. I don't want to hear nothing about the black political establishment. There's not one success story in America politically, except for Atlanta with Maynard Jackson. That was about it. That was a brief time period, about a good 10 years. And that's about it. Other than that, every last single black precinct is run to the ground. The black, we don't know how to manage money. We practice corruption. I see it right here where I'm living at, right here. Portsmouth and Norfolk, run by black people, right? It ran the city into the ground. Ran the city into the ground. Both cities got good waterfronts, everything like that. Everything you need to make things work. Norfolk got really good real estate, really good proximity to the highway system, everything like that. Has a light rail and everything like that. Still, why? Because we got a black administration, black people running things and whatnot. They just don't know how to bring home the bacon. Simple as that. So all the black people that are middle class, they got something or not, who are tired of shit, No, I'm not going to go about this again. I'm just recapping what I said last night, just to remind people that the black political class ain't shit, They're nothing but a bunch of blood-sucking leeches, They have never benefited the black community. When you show me, I want somebody put me some that there's a black area that's run by black people or black people thrive. It does not exist nowhere in the world. It does not exist. Because the bottom line, you cannot build nothing. You cannot manage something you did not create, that you don't have mastery over. You know, we don't have mastery over these cities that we can. All we did was have numbers. We use black people's numbers. And G don't like what I'm saying, but I'm sorry. It's the truth. You know, every last single, this is how the black political class work, G, because you don't know, so I'm going to put you on the game. When black people start moving in from the South, the Great Depression, the Great Migration, stuff like that, the black political class said, you know something? They saw the numbers, right? And so they said these people could actually vote. And so therefore, black out of nowhere, in one generation, you start seeing black men as aldermen, black men on city councils, black men in different places. And it looked like black people making progress, right? But the only people that benefited was the people that were basically in the position to do that. The rank and file black person never benefited from all this, right? And the political class got benefit because somebody has to be an alderman. Somebody has to be a city councilman. Somebody has to sit on this education board. Somebody has to do all this stuff like that. So that's money. That's got to be there. It's the infrastructure. So the black people are like, yo, how do we get on these boards? How do we get on the education board? If I'm on a board of education, you know, that's going to pay me $80,000 a year. I want to be on that board and whatnot. How do I go on an MTA board or transit authority board and whatnot? You do so by using the numbers of black people that move into the city, you know, and basically using to manipulate the political machine that's there. You know, we learned from the best, Tammany Hall in New York City, how to manipulate the game. Now, people say, oh, but the black politicians are playing the game. Yeah, I get it. You're playing the political game. But the bottom line is this, though. In the wake of all that, right, you still got to deal with the fact that if you don't satisfy white people, they take their capital, their money out of that, you don't have nothing. And that's what happened in Gary, Indiana. The white people pulled their money out of the municipal bonds and stuff like treasuries and stuff like that. And the city had no money, no tax base, you know, because white people moved off to the suburbs and everything like that. And that was the end of Gary, Indiana. And then now that comprised the fact that the steel industry was shrinking and whatnot. So the black tax base went down to nothing. You know, that's what it is. In Norfolk, the only thing saving Norfolk right now is regentrification. I'll be honest with you, right? Neighborhoods that was once all black, right, are now half black or mixed and everything. You got a lot of foreigners like Russians, Ukrainians, Mexicans, and whoever else moving to used to be black neighborhoods and whatnot, buying houses for cheap. But the thing is, they're paying property taxes and they're paying sales tax, all that stuff like that. Norfolk, when Norfolk is saying, even the black people that run Norfolk saying, you know something, we need tax dollars, right? We would like to be able keep these communities all black and everything, but it's not feasible because they did not invest in their own people over the last 30, 40 years. They didn't invest in the community. So the bottom line is the community has to go now, you know, and you got people. I remember there was in the 5 Points section of Norfolk, right? That McDonald's sitting right there. My ex-girlfriend used to work there and went at McDonald's. That was a staple in Norview Avenue, right? I don't know about Savannah, Savannah. I haven't studied it. That was a staple. That thing used to be always different crews of black people that worked at McDonald's. This family, this crew, and that they were gonna. Now you go in there, all you see is Mexicans and Filipinos, and not one black person there. Why? Because the neighborhood's changed over the last 20 years. It changed so that McDonald's that used to be, that's Norview. That was black people always basically proud of the fact that Norview was like a working middle class community and everything like that. Norview High, my ex-girl, we went to the Norview High. Her niece was on the band at the Christmas show, right? We went to the Christmas show. And I'm like, Norview is supposed to be a black school with that football team and everything like that. The band and everything at the high school band and stuff like that, on the chorus, they were singing beautiful Christmas songs and whatnot. Half the chorus, most of the chorus was white, and the chorus director, the teacher, was a white lady. You know, it's no longer a black school anymore. But that's the new that. And these white people basically like, hey, we don't care about if it's a black neighborhood. We're gonna make it white. White people will move into a black neighborhood. You know, the price is right. They bought up white people who had nothing, bought up houses for cheap, dirt cheap, because black people foreclosed on their properties and everything. White people came in. Next thing, the whole blocks of nothing but whites in there and everything. And the community came like a micro white community, you know, Once Norview was anybody Norfolk. Norview was the hood. Now it's not the hood no more, you know. Now you got white businesses out there, you got redneck bars and everything like that. You know, it's not ain't like it was anymore. But hey, the black political class, you just keep doing what you're doing. You know, congratulations. You know, you screwed up and whatnot. And the bottom line, that's why I don't want to hear nobody telling me about no black damn political. If I live in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, we got no black, really black political leaders and whatnot. It's great out here. It's great. People like, yo, look, I had enough. You know, I had enough of Negro bullshit. You know, we just can't seem to put it together and whatnot. You know, and I'm not like this. If you guys want to do that, hey, look, that's fine, whatnot. But where I live at, shoot, I want my trash picked up. I want all this stuff like that. I like the convenience of where I live at. You know, so whoever's gonna do it, white or black, whatever like that, I like my quality of life be a certain way. You know, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Norfolk, sometimes the trash man, you know, they haven't been paid in weeks, don't get picked up, whatever like that. So trash is piled up. We got rats all out there in the city. So, you know, look, the bottom line is this: Negroes don't make excuses. Well, you know, well, what? You know, you have a budget. You know, why'd you go over budget? Why you can't make it work? You know, well, you see things costing, blah 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 blah. Okay, Negro, you know, just say you can't run a city and everything like that and be done with it. And like I said, white people know it too. You know, they're like, yeah, we're going to let the Negroes get in here. And they only get in power because they know how to use the black people, the masses of black people numbers. They get in power. They got incompetent, not just black people, incompetent black people always get in power because they get up there and they rabble rouse. You know, they talk loud talking, rebel rousing. And the next thing you know, they're elected to office or whatnot, and everything goes left from there. And they always use racism, you know, racism is a problem. They get you so focused on racism. And the biggest thing they did over the last 4 years is like Maxine Waters. That's the most corrupt lady in political history, right? What they do is just basically get in their face. They made MAGA and Trump the enemy. So you take focus off of what she's doing. She's corrupt and damn near criminal. You know, the Black Lives Matter women took $90 million, spent it on mansions. You don't even care about that, you know? And so, because bottom line, they got you so focused on racism that people would come you, put their hands in your pocket and rob you blind because you're so focused on racism, you know? You know? Racism is the problem. Racism. G said, are you going to talk about image politics? You know? I guess you got to come up here and explain what you mean. I don't know what that means. Image politics. Yeah. All I know is, about image, right? You know, as long as you have an image of something, I don't know what you're trying to get at, but it's interesting if you could go into detail of what you mean, you know, and I could discuss it. You know, I can't, but what you just wrote right here, I can't really discern what you're trying to say, you know? So if you can come up here when I put the link in there, you can explain to me what you're talking about. But racism, you know, we got to talk about racism. You know, forget about everything else. Forget about the world's coming in. We got to talk about Trump and racism. The Republicans are racist. Trump is racist. You know, image politics. You know, I don't know is what you talk about now. Well, yeah, the bottom line is my point I'm trying to make tonight. If you don't get anything I'm trying to say is the power structure in Black America uses racism, right, to take focus off themselves. As long as you basically are focused on racism and everything like that, you're not paying attention to these crooks, these bloodsuckers, these clowns, these deviants, right, these degenerates that are running our community to the ground. It's simple as that. Okay, John, I don't know what Jonathan Mills talking about, but it's just a matter of time. They say, what do you say? Just a matter of time for Black people to figure out that we're not at the bottom. Well, yeah, we're not at the bottom, but you know, the bottom line is Black people still feel that we're not satisfied yet. Why? Because not satisfied because you know the bottom line is we have no real power in this country because the Black political class have all the power and whatnot. You know, we can't do nothing. Think about it. why hasn't Black America created their own political party? Just throw it out there. Because the Black political class, right, don't want that, because they're eating too good off the Democrats and sometimes the Republicans or the Green Party, whatever, the major established parties. 45 million people do not have a political party that they could basically rally around and whatnot. They could vote as a block that any political party could pick up at time, just like you have the Labor Party, you got the Union right here, you got the Libertarians. They fluctuate back and forth between Democrats and Republicans, depends on what the issue of the day. Why is Black people all completely in the Democratic column? That's because our leaders are all in the Democratic column, because we don't have a Black political structure that's independent. What's interesting, I was at work one day and one of my patients, who was a white LA, wants me, well, come on, yeah, that's another thing. You got these stupid white people out there who basically, they're so guilty about racism and everything in this country, right? That they don't even think about this. They think if they vote for Kamala Harris or they vote for Barack Obama, they're doing something for Black people. That's how stupid they are. They're, like I said, white people are no better than Black people. They're freaking stupid. So you're sitting there with this lady, just absolutely a freaking moron. Kamala Harris is a complete moron, and you think that's gonna basically get you closer to Black people when everybody say, like, white people, oh, I'm not a racist. I voted for Obama twice. So what do you want from me? You want to be invited to the cookout? You want me to invite you over to my house one night because you voted for Obama? They don't think that. They say that makes me cool and whatnot. Cornel West is a joke. Cornel West is a running joke. Even though I voted for Jill Stein in 2016 and everything like that, but Cornel West, I don't know what his grievance is. He's a socialist, and the bottom line, he's not realistic. That socialism stuff that he talks about is never going to work inside of America and everything like that. So basically, he's just a despoiler. Him and that guy, what's his name, Ralph Nader. These people are non-factors, but they're interesting, fun to listen to, And you said, I don't enjoy Georgia. What's wrong with Georgia, bro? What's wrong with Georgia, What's wrong with Georgia, man? And she said, I'm leaving. I thought Atlanta, y'all had it going on down there. Georgia's and shit, yeah. Y'all got that hippopotamus Stacey Abrams down there. What the hell, man? I thought y'all had it going on down there. What's going on in Georgia? Like everything else, man. Like Atlanta, the Black people, what do we do with that great city, one city of Atlanta? We turned it into a shithole, Black people love Africa so much that we want to turn everywhere. No, don't move to Virginia Beach. I don't want a bunch of Negroes coming out here. Y'all stay here. This is my Black neck of me talking. Don't come out here. Don't come out here. Y'all Negroes need to stay someplace else. Don't come out here. Don't come out here, man. Virginia Beach is full. We have enough of you niggas, man. We don't need a bunch of Negroes out here. We got enough Black people out here. We'll tell you the truth, man. We got enough. Our Negroes need to stay where we are. Virginia Beach is the best kept secret in freaking America. I don't want a lot of Negroes. Like, we got enough Negroes. We got like a quarter of the population of Virginia Beach is Black, about a beautiful place and whatnot, Yeah, so I don't need to see none of you Negro, you Black nationalists, whatever the heck you people out here, all you conscious Black people out here, you guys have killed the whole vibe, But, but it's a fun place to live. God dang, it's fun. It's very peaceful and everything like that. Virginia Beach is the type of place that, you be walking down the street, somebody basically is, people have a cookout in the backyard. People will invite you over and say, hey, look, man, come over and get something to eat, man. Grab a beer and whatnot. I mean, it's complete strangers. You walk around, hey, yeah, hey, man, that steak smells good. Hey, come on, go grab yourself a plate. That's Virginia Beach. Everybody just freaking friendly. Everybody gets along. Black, white, may not even like each other, but man, we do know how to party, man. We know how to get along when it comes down to it. Same people you see them in at their job or like that. Oh, where are you? When it comes down to party on a weekend and stuff like that, this place is just like lit. Everybody gets along. Everybody parties. That's part of Virginia Beach's appeal. Everybody knows how to party. Everybody gets down. Everybody likes doing stuff and everything like that. It's just a really fun place to live, fun place to raise a family too. So like I said, people are friendly here. We don't really have a lot of racism and stuff like that here and whatnot, because the reason why we don't have a lot of racism is because the black people here have something, they're usually homeowners, they're middle class, they got good jobs, they're in the military, they work for the city, they work in private business, and you got a lot of black businesses here and stuff like that. So you don't have that real the problems caused by basically you don't have a friggin' black leadership that's friggin' constantly friggin' agitating for this, and they're really only agitating for themselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. There's anytime you see black leaders agitating for something, it's only for themselves. They make it seem like it's for the so-called community or not. But Virginia Beach and Chesapeake, when the city is so well, there's so many programs here and stuff like that we don't need anything special from any so-called black leader or whatever like that. We got youth programs, we got everything here. We got recreation centers and everything. Kids got stuff to do and everything like that here at all times. They got skate parks, everything. We put money into the skate parks, where kids go skate at Mount Trashmore and everything. People climb the hill, and they got a skating rink park there outside where the guys, the white and black kids do the skateboarding and stuff like that. Just a fun city to live in. The ocean front, real fun place to be. Real fun place to be. We always got these mini carnivals all over the place. They come around different sections of Virginia Beach. It's always something going on. Those activities going here. Funnest time in Virginia Beach, we got the Hunt Club Farm and Halloween, right? So Halloween hunt farm where kids go get a pumpkin, whatever like that, get candy, and they go to the haunted house, everything. And then springtime, we have the Strawberry Festival in Pungo. Pungo, if you know the history of Pungo is part of the Great Dismal Swamp in the Blackwater. That's where African Americans settled. African Americans were the first people to settle Virginia Beach. People don't know that, right? Virginia Beach was once an African American maroon community with runaway slaves. You have Virginia, we have Middle Plantation, you have New Light, right? New Light is still black owned. Pastor Spruill, right? The late Pastor Spruill. He has New Light communities, nice houses and whatnot, right? And his part of his land on Indian River, right, is leased by CBN with Pat Robertson, the Christian Broadcasting Network. Pat Robertson has at least some of the land, and the regional universities on some of that land, New Light, But this was like basically black land, and then you got Pungo and Blackwater and everything like that. The black people in Oceana, Oceana, the military built Oceana naval base right there. And that was a black area. You go there, you still see the old section where black people, old houses and everything like that, where black people still live. They say the taxes are high because the city's so expensive now because of the taxes. But in Middle Plantation is another one, right? That's basically, there was a lot of black people there. White people lived in Middle Plantation. They got a lot of river and inlets and everything like that. It's beautiful. It leads out into the ocean and whatnot. It's beautiful. So you got a lot of black people out there too. But the oceanfront, SeaTac is the oldest African American community, probably the oldest African American community in North America. That's in Virginia Beach. It's basically held by Bishop Thurgood, right? And I used to know SeaTac from back in the days. And that's where I usually got a lot of my inspiration for why I wrote The Journey to the Promised Land and everything like that. SeaTac is an African American community. When you go out there, everyone's just waving, how you doing, whatnot. Old school African Americans, hi, how you doing, everything. They have their own rec center. They have the church, Bishop Thurgood Church is there in the middle of it, whatnot. They have a community center, a recreation center, everything. And they got rows and rows of houses out there and everything like that. And whenever you drive around, all the people, they got nice houses, everywhere. People just wave, how you doing, everything like that. Just being around your own people like that, and they're so friendly and whatnot. They're like, yeah, every time somebody, like a stranger comes around, they say, welcome you to SeaTac and everything. SeaTac is the oldest probably the oldest African American, 300 years old. The oldest African American community, and they keep the SeaTac thing alive, So Virginia Beach, yes, all of the whites started moving out of Virginia Beach in the 1960s, But Virginia Beach, because of the Dismal Swamp, that's where a lot of ex-slaves live and everything like that on both sides of the state line, North Carolina and Virginia. That's where the Dismal Swamp. That's my ancestors come from. The Dismal Swamp. And so therefore the people in the northern end of Dismal Swamp, that's Virginia Beach and Chesapeake area. In the North Landing River. Dismal Swamp is one of the largest swamps in the world. And Black people have lived back there for hundreds of years in safety and everything like that. And so that's when I did my DNA trace. They say, yeah, your ancestors come from the Dismal Swamp. You're Chesapeake Creole. We're called Chesapeake Creole from the Dismal Swamp. And then I got my other side of the family, which is Gullah Geechee from the Sea Islands of Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. So I have two heritages, two proud heritages I'm proud of. But yeah, Virginia Beach really taught me a lot about the Black community here and stuff like that. Just a really exciting to be part of history, when you're part of history and stuff like that. That's why I never want to lose that, lose that history and culture and everything of people that endured for all these years and stuff like that. So, yeah, you gotta live in peace. I don't, like I said, I look at a lot of people around the country and whatnot, and you go and see Black people in other parts of the country, they just look freaking miserable. I'm like, how the hell you deal with that? Crime, drugs, and we don't have that here, somebody's flashing a gat and everything. And like I said, I can understand why people we don't have those freaking social problems here, we don't have that Brewery says, if you find certain segments of Black community undesirable living things, how you having look, the bottom line is this is the problem I'm talking about, right? It's not certain segments, it's a certain behaviors. Because the bottom line is this: some Black people use racism as an excuse to do stupid things, and they don't think we're going to say anything about it. That's what it is. If you're undesirable, it's because you made yourself undesirable, right? If you don't want to bathe yourself, you don't want to clean yourself, you don't want to do right, you don't want to act right, act civilized and everything, yes, you're undesirable. So what am I supposed to do? Say, you know something? Man, this motherfucker hadn't had a bath in 3 years. He's filthy. He doesn't want to have a job. He's bumming money around town. He's always stealing, robbing, acting belligerent and everything like that. Let me just take him on in because he's Black or whatnot. I don't want to make him feel undesirable. So this is what I'm talking about when you get goofballs like Baruti. This is the way they think. This is the way they think. And somebody like Baruti will get into power, right? And that's the type of Negro he'll appeal to intimidate the rest of us into silence. They need people. Baruti needs people like that, the unruly Black people, right? Because that's who basically is going to get out there and rabble rouse and stuff like this. The Black people who want peace and tranquility and everything like that, those are the Black people I want to be around. And when it comes down to it, Baruti, we're going to win because we're the majority. Majority of Black people want peace. They're decent people. They want a decent way of life with that. And the bottom line is the Black political class in America has never delivered that for them. I thought that we could probably build a nation of our own. We could start from scratch, but I realize now, that that's probably not possible. So we have to do the best that we can by fighting for what we have in America, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fighting against the destructive forces in Black America, right? So something has to give. There's going to be confrontation. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, so it's not no freaking separation from Mzungu. And also you sound stupid when you say that. Mzungu was a Swahili term. We're not Swahili. We're not from East Africa. So if you're going to say white people, say white people. And I have no problem with white people so long as you're decent. As long as you're a decent person, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And also, when you talk about separation, what do you mean by separation? Where are you going? If you live inside the borders of America, you're not separated. You're not serious about separation. So I'm so sick of these people. We need separation from the Mzungu. And you can't survive without the so-called Mzungu because you don't know how to do shit. You don't know how to produce electricity. You don't know how to produce running water. You don't know how to produce anything, You can't take care of yourself. You can't build nothing and everything. So where are you going? What are you separating from? It's the intelligent Black people like me that's got to lead, and I can convince other intelligent Black people to build something, right? But don't piss us off. Then you got nothing. Because you're going to have all those, what you're going to have, Baruti, is all these stupid undesirables, and y'all ain't going to do nothing but sit back in the corner and complain that, see, this is what I say, like with these undesirables, right? When we say, okay, you know something, y'all want to be undesirable? Hey, go do your thing, right? They get mad. Oh, man, we ain't invited to this. Y'all, well, you made yourself a mark. So we're saying, hey, since you guys want to be unruly, you don't want to listen, you're hard-headed, whatnot, so Negroes, do your own thing. We wish you a lot of luck. That ain't enough for you Negroes, you know? You know, so no shit. Kamala ain't black. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna deal with why this person come over here and talk about Kamala. I don't care about Kamala Harris. I don't give a damn about this election, whatever like that. What part of I don't care about this election? I don't give a damn about Kamala Harris. I don't give a damn who she is, what she's talking about, and everything like that. All I know is I'm not voting for her. You know, I will stay home before I cast a vote for Kamala Harris. You know, I don't like the lady and everything like that. You know, and stuff like that. So that's all you need to know. You know, and I'm not a MAGA. I don't really care about none of this stuff like that because it means nothing to me. Because when it really comes down to it, you know, none of these political stuff works for us. You know, all I want to see is black people getting together and building something among our own people. That's all I want to see. I want to see Black America loving itself once again. That's all I care about at this point in time. You know, I don't care about nothing else. If I could have that, then I could be a man at peace. If I can get black people to love itself and basically appreciate itself, and I feel like I've done my job. So I think I've done enough damage to the black world with this Pan-African stuff or not. You know, FBA, another FBA goofball, you know, FBA. Like I said, man, like I said, the shit I go to, sometimes I say, why the hell am I online? Why do I deal with this? Why do I deal with people that freaking just all they do is piss me off, make me angry and resentful and stuff like that? You know, FBA, ADOS, kind of stupid stuff like this, you know, black MAGA people, black Kamala people, all these freaking clowns. Why can't anybody just be normal, you know? I don't really get into politics, you know, like that anymore. You know, I really don't care. You know, it doesn't matter because these people are bought off, they paid for it, and everything like that. What's going to happen is going to happen. You know, the only thing I say about Trump, he's just a little bit better than the rest of these people because he's honest about what he does, and he proved himself to me what he could do. That's about it. But I'm not praising Trump. I'm not praising Kamala. I'm not praising none of them. You know, if I had to choose between one and two, unfortunately, I'll go with Trump. You know, I think Biden's a friggin' moron. That's just obvious. You know, it's not obvious. I can't look at that guy and say I gotta vote for that guy. Man, vote for Joe Biden. Biden, what's your proposal? See, man, that's the president of the United States. He's stumbling all over his words and everything, and people like, huh? When you look at people like Ronald Reagan, that guy was so freaking articulate. He could communicate. Well, Ronald Reagan was an actor, but he was really good at his speech and everything like that. He was just like the master of words and phrases. Same thing with Bill Clinton, you know, and Barack Obama too, right? George W. Bush was a clown, a buffoon, and so was this Biden. You know, that's one thing I didn't like about George W. Bush. I thought he was a moron. You know. And the bottom line is, if somebody tells me they're the president of the United States and you seem like you ain't got the sense of a friggin' bumblebee, and if you're that's stupid, when that really angers me, you know. George W. Bush's presidency angered me, you know, because I didn't think he really was qualified to be president. And he got us in 2 wars and blah blah blah. He never was held accountable for that, you know. As despite Barack Obama said he was going to get to the bottom of it. That's why I voted for Barack Obama. Then they told me he couldn't do none of his first term. Wait till he gets his second term. So his second term, I'm still waiting for friggin' him to bring Cheney and Bush and all these people, and we get to the bottom of this Iraq war. It never happened, you know? And so I said, man, I'll never again. Well, I get basically sucked into some friggin' war, you know? Well, Reagan, I didn't say about Reaganomics. So, okay, hey, G, can you come up here and explain what was Reaganomics and how was it atrocious? How was it bad? It's the one thing I'm saying. I just want to know because I was too young. Well, I was young when Reagan was a president. I wasn't old enough to vote. That thing. I was in my pre-teens when Reagan was a president. So I don't know what Reaganomics is and stuff like that. Can you show me? Can you come up here and show me what Reaganomics is? Explain, articulate that. I don't think G could, you know. I think G just going by what he heard, Reaganomics, you know. That's what I said. We have buzzwords, Reaganomics, blah, 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 you know. No, so a lot of times people, not no disrespect to my brother G, but I think people get emotional. Reaganomics, Reaganomics when and I said I heard that before, right? But what was Reaganomics? In this platform, we like to know full disclosure. What was Reaganomics? How was it bad? Can anybody get up here? Can anybody get up here and articulate that? Can G get up here and articulate that? I don't know. I don't think he could. No, really, G. I want you to come up here. Can you articulate that? You made an assertion Reaganomics was atrocious, right? Can you articulate that? I don't know anything about it. I'll be on it. Don't think I'm gonna forget about this, bro. I'm gonna hound you all night until you come up here and explain it. Trust me. You made a point. You said Reagan was atrocious, right? And I'm no Ronald Reagan fan, nothing like that. But I want to know the truth. Since, like I said, I've been waiting for years for somebody to explain this to me. Just like I was waiting for years for somebody to explain what African spirituality is. Never found it out. So Elvis says trickle down. Oh, that's not what trickle down wealth is. That's not what Reaganomics is. You got to articulate that. Trickle down theory goes beyond Ronald Reagan. What was his so-called policy specifically that you think was atrocious? I don't know. When Reagan was a kid, my parents bought their second home and whatnot, and my father got a raise. We had 2 cars, everything like that. That was the 80s when I was a kid and whatnot. So I don't know, man. So every black kid I knew lived in a house, nice houses, everything, nice neighborhood and stuff like that. And the black inner city had jobs and everything. So I don't know if there's something I don't know that I missed, whatever like that. Tell me thing. What was black people getting before Ronald Reagan thing? What did he take away? I want to know these things, because we make assertions, Reaganomics and everything. Then the bottom line, when people ask for proof and everything, that can't come up with nothing. Oh, we just heard it was bad. Reaganomics. People will tell you Reagan put crack in the community. Reagan did Ronald Reagan deliberately put crack, or did it just happen like that and he just happened to be president? Do you have proof of that? So, like I said, I like it, but when you make a serious charge like that, right? Ronald Reagan deliberately put crack in the black community. When you make a serious charge like that, you don't come back from that. That's the difference in me and everybody else, right? If I say something, right, like when I say something, like if I call an African a monkey or savage, I mean it. I say I mean it, and I'll repeat what I said. I stand on what I say, and I'll tell you why I said this, What I don't like is when people say stuff, right, and they can't defend what they say. You got to be able to defend what you say. I'll defend everything I say, or I'll basically apologize and say, something, I was wrong, whatever like that. And I retract what I said and everything. I'm not above apologizing and saying I'm wrong, saying I'm wrong. But when I ask you what was Reaganomics, how does that basically atrocious to us? Was it atrocious to white people? Was it atrocious to black people? Can you prove that? Can you prove that? And most of the time people just say, oh, you just know, because Ronald Reagan. Right? No, all I know is I heard a bunch of stupid Negroes say that about Reagan, and I don't trust anything Negroes, particularly black leaders, say anymore. Don't. They'll tell us one way, and it's come to find out just that. Let me give you an example. The one president that really tried to do something for black people, that black people don't get credit for, when that was Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon actually believed in the Black Power movement. You know that? People know that. Richard Nixon actually supported black businesses. He supported the Soul City Project with Floyd McKenzie. He actually put the money in for Soul City Project or not. So he supported black people developing themselves and everything like that. But when you talk about black people, Nixon was a racist. Nixon was a racist. Blah, 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 blah. Then when you really read Nixon, what he said, yeah, he said some racist stuff, whatever like that. But his policies, right, was very, very progressively and pro-black. That's why I said we cannot listen to friggin' people with their friggin'. We got to go ahead, do your research for yourself. Don't just say, "Oh, Nixon's racist." Blah 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 blah. Trump's racist. You don't know that. Prove it to me. Going forward, we got to basically stop this every time somebody thing. I don't know about George H.W. Bush, man. I don't like the Bushes. Period. how is George H.W. Bush pro-black? I don't know, Jonathan, man. Jonathan comes some goofy shit, but I don't know. I don't know. He could be, I don't know enough about George H.W. Bush. Like I said, when he was president, I think I was still a teenager and whatnot, And so I don't know much about him. I wasn't really into politics at that age right there. So I don't know. The first president I knew about that I studied was Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton came to presidency in 1992, that's when I started really paying attention to politics. I know everybody from Clinton up, Before Bill Clinton, I don't really know much about the politics of the Reagan, the Bush, the first Bush, and stuff like that. I read about Richard Nixon, So we cannot just basically go anymore based on what people have been, the popular said, Reaganomics, Reaganomics, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What was Reaganomics? To this day, I don't have no idea what Reaganomics is. And nobody will get up here and explain and articulate that to me. I'll just hear a bunch of mumbo jumbo, like from the likes of Elvis and whatnot, He'll give you a conjecture, innuendo, and everything, but nobody can articulate what the hell they're talking about. So I put the link in the chat room. If you really want to come up here, explain to me what Reaganomics is and how was it bad for black folks and whatnot, tell me. I want to know. I want to know. Well, why that? Because like I said, the black middle class grew under Ronald Reagan. That was the largest expansion of the black middle class in the 80s. Anybody will tell you in the 80s, black people, Ebony Magazine will tell you, black people on the move. Everything, every metric, black America, black middle class exploded under Ronald Reagan. So I don't know, am I reading something different, whatever like that? It could be that Reagan didn't play around with these so-called black leaders. That's another thing. If you don't play pussy with these black leaders, they know black people don't read it or nothing. They'll be like, okay, you better give me something. Usually it's favors. A political boss will give you certain black leaders certain things and money, carry on money, free hotels, free meals, something like that. They'll butter their bread, right? And they'll say anything that that political boss says. When they don't do that, right? Usually Republicans, right? They'll say, screw you. I'm gonna go directly to the people. They make it their point to tell you that Republican person was racist. That's what they did to Nixon. That's what they did to Donald Trump. That's what they do to any friggin' Republican and whatnot. Not saying they're not racist, but the bottom line is that's exactly how they do it. It's not about whether the person's racist or not. It's the fact that that the Republican, whatever like that, did not want to play ball with them. That's all it's about. That's it. That's all. That's all you need to know. That's why I'm building on what I talked about last night, how the black political class is a friggin' parasite. And the bottom line, why we have to disown the black political class. Because they don't do anything for us, They don't do anything for us. But I'm going to play a video. Let's see. See what I can find. I can't find that one video. I want to finish playing Bomani's video about the Chagazi community, the Black Star Pan-African community, because I'm telling you right now, that's going to be, if the success of this community is the success of this community means we could duplicate this throughout other parts of Africa and whatnot, and form this basically community of Pan-African communities and whatnot. The African movement will be on its way, because like I said, I'm dead serious about the African movement, and the bottom line is the first phase of this is what we're doing right now in Ghana, so I want you to watch the rest of this video.
Drainage and work these systems to where to where you contain your water flow and things like that. So this give us a great challenge to where we learn from how to just develop, you know, land out in a rural area from the ground up. And so we're gonna take this wonderful road up, and then we're gonna go connect to our other people that are living on the property. So you'll see another finished home and a home where the roof is going up. And over here we have, you know, walls up. Let me get you a clear view. Oh, bushes in the way. So that's why I mentioned that we have to literally get our own bulldozer and a lot of our own of what we need. But what you can see from over the years, little by little, we just start getting there now that I feel like we're out of this COVID era. We can proceed a little more effective. So. Beautiful Jahadzi, our Pan-African community land.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
And I just saved on my car insurance for driving safe with USAA.
Auto insurance that flexes with you.
It's a fit.
That's what we're made for.
All right. I'm back. Okay. Now, what is Baruti talking about? We got this goofy ass stuff. You know, where's your Ubuntu done for us or whatnot? This is actually stuff that we're actually doing on our own without your goofy ass Ubuntu. You know, how about that? You know, he says, poor Collar, he misses the narrative essence of my comment, just like the last. He advocates Africa new. I never said a new African American country. I said Africa just means territory we control. You know, it could be. Main thing is if you're going to build something, we should have at least control over our municipality. Shouldn't we have our own? Be able to have our own property taxes, tax base, like have a county or something. You don't exist unless you have land. You know, a people does not exist without land. You know, so in other words, basically, if you're going to basically build something, you got to be able to control the land you're on. That's the way it is. If you basically build an institution, right? It's institutions built on the foundation. What's your foundation if you don't have land that you control or territory, space that you control? You know, that you lay the rules down with your in absolute control. So that's what I said. People like Baruti are goofy. They think we're supposed to be like, oh yeah, Hope and Ubuntu and everything like that. While you friggin' and go and be among people who don't know who the hell we are, what we're doing, whatever like that, and just go among Africans and whatever like that with no plan, no nothing. We can't protect ourselves. We can't provide for ourselves. We can't do nothing. Be at somebody else's mercy, and hopefully that Ubuntu is going to friggin' save us. But I know my people. I know what's best for my people better than you do. So I think you should take your Ubuntu message to some goofy people in the Congo somewhere. You know, we don't need it. You know, we're doing fine without you. That's just my opinion, you know. How's Africa going to freaking uplift us? What, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm saying that's what I said. People say this stupid stuff. You know, Africa is going to uplift Black America. How the hell is that going to? How is that possible? You know. Yeah, I saw that video, John Mill. It was really disturbing. You know, of them burning people alive in some rural part of Africa, and I'm saying to myself, that's even though we always say that's not the whole continent and everything. I'm sorry, it's just bottom line, I'm sorry, that really freaking disturbed me. A video Jonathan Miller sent me. I'm not gonna play it on the show. You know, people burning somebody alive. I guess they stole something. You know, they stole a bag of rice and decided to burn the people alive one night. I mean, I don't want to be around that shit. You know, and I'm not gonna freaking sit there and make excuses. I'm sick and tired of people making excuses for Africa. There's a reason why our ancestors did what they did in Liberia. We're not, because they were not going to be subject themselves to these people over there, you know? And the bottom line, that's just the way it is, you know? And I'm not going to sit here and apologize for us trying to protect ourselves and like this, you know? Black people don't want to be around that stuff in America. They don't have to, you know? So you can talk all your Ubuntu all you want. We're not going around no bunch of primitive people and talk about Ubuntu and whatnot, Baruti, you know? It ain't going to happen, you know? You got this goofy ass fancy of Africans and us going there with Africa. Why do you need us for? Why don't you go take your Ubuntu message to the Haitians? You know, they're probably on the same level as a lot of these Africans you're advocating for. You know, we're first world people. He says trade. How are we going to trade? Look, this is a fucking joke, man. You know, I think about my comment, trade bus links with African countries and critical mass. Are you kidding me? So what exactly has Africa got to offer us as far as trade and everything, economics, everything? What? Exactly what? Oh yeah, you said that was a rural area. I know that. Yeah, all it really takes is for somebody to accuse you of something, and next thing you know, you're getting tied up to a thing, and they're putting gas on you, burning you alive. That's all it takes. Or somebody could accuse you of rape or accuse you of doing this. And next thing you know, before you had a trial or whatever like that, you're being burned alive. That's the reality of many parts of Africa, you know? That's why I said I don't advocate for Black people in America. If you don't want to go to the continent, whatever like that, and if you're going to go to the continent, go in large numbers, right? Where we could protect ourselves. We could be together and we could protect ourselves. That's what I believe. That's what all the Africans you need to know about is Black people from America, our allies in the diaspora, coming together on the African continent to protect ourselves. That's all. That's all you need to know, Baruti. That's all you know. All we want to do is protect ourselves. That's it. You know, because the bottom line is we're now a tribe, we're now a group, and everything like that. So the bottom line is, you know, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about no goddamn, you know, going there with some kumbaya stuff. That does not work. You know, as a man, I would never subject our women to that stuff like that, you know. So the bottom line, anybody tells you, oh, you can just go to Africa and blah, blah, blah. He ain't really, whoever that person is not really looking out for you. He's a coward, you know. You know. So it's just what it is. Where's my usual suspects here tonight? You know, is Black America addicted to racism? You know, where's all my critics at tonight to talk about Black men? This is a good time for some of these people to come on and just basically argue with me. You know, because since I'm heading off the path, a lot of people think Black America talk about racism too much. But notice I don't come on here tonight because I'm already heading it off the path. I think we do talk about racism way too much. We make everything about race and everything. We miss the bigger picture. You know, but since I'm saying stuff people agree with, they don't want to come in. They have nothing to argue with me about. They can't call in. You know, so it is what it is. I want to finish playing that The Wealth of Liberia. A point I was trying to make yesterday was when people say, "Well, Monrovia was only developed, right?" Do you judge the rest of America by the skyscrapers, subway system you see in New York City? No. New York City is New York City. It's a great city, metropolis, capital of the world, right? The rural parts of Alabama is not going to measure up to New York City. But does that mean the Alabama should say, you know, something, screw this? You know, New York City got shut. No, it's just happened to be New York City had to be in a good position, and they basically it happened like that. You know, it was luck of the draw. You know, and also in every city, you know, you have Tokyo, big metropolis, right? And then you got rural parts of Japan that basically don't have a whole lot, you know. So if you know that pattern throughout the world, we got some cities that are big and you got rural areas that are small, less developed, whatever like that. Why is there a big deal when it comes to Liberia? It's because people have programmed in mind that because Liberia was created by Black people, particularly African Americans, there's got to be something wrong with it. So people always point out, unfairly point out it's false without putting it into proper context. You know, when you put it in proper context, Liberia is like any other country. Yes, the people that came from the United States built the institutions, they built the colleges, they built the frame, they framed the government and everything like that. So naturally, they're going to be in power. The indigenous people, no matter how long it had, they will never be able to master this country because they didn't conceive it. They don't understand why these people, why the country was called the land of liberty, why these people said the love of liberty brought us here. They have no idea what that means. So therefore, they could never build Liberia the way it's supposed to be built because they don't have any concept of what Liberia is. So they're basically going by somebody else's narrative, trying to build a country. You know, that's why Elvis could talk all he wants. He said, well, you didn't win anything. You know, you're still an outsider in Liberia. When I go to Liberia, I'm more Liberian than most of these people who call themselves Liberians. You know, I'm telling you, you can feel it. If you're Black African American, you go to Liberia, you'll feel like this is your country. You're like, you belong here, right? And you got people, Liberians, who feel like they're outsiders in their own country. That's just the truth, you know? Yeah, that's just the truth, you know, because of the narrative, the way the country was founded, you know? It was founded by people who thought like me, you know? Yeah, Baruti, and bottom line is, Baruti has nothing to say about African degeneracy and savagery and primitiveness, you know. But the bottom line is, we Black people in America, the advanced first world people, I think we could unite with people who believe in illiterate people who are basically one step from hunting and gathering, and we're going to come together on something called Ubuntu. Okay, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen. You know, I can see brothers now, man, Ubuntu, man, and whatnot, you know. Yeah, okay, where's the jobs at? Where's the infrastructure? Where's all the, oh, we don't like that, but we got Ubuntu though. You know, we could communicate because we got Ubuntu. You know, we got Ubuntu. Ubuntu is gonna save us and everything. Oh, I can't stop. Like I said, man, we have to stop the cap. We have to stop the nonsense. You know, it's got to stop. You know, it has to stop. Black America, we have to stop, you know. And the only reason why we got these Pan-Africans even relevant now is because they keep telling us how racist America is and how doom and gloom we are and everything like that. So we're supposed to just run to Africa when not because Africa had anything to offer us and we're trying to build an Afghanistan or whatever like that. We're trying to build this new modern Africa that's going to be the city of dreams, the country of dreams. No, that's off the table. Just get to the continent, basically, and all sing, talk about Ubuntu in a fetal position around us in a circle. That's the way to do it, you know. Not build anything, don't create nothing. Just talk about Ubuntu all the time, you know. It's just what it is. So it is what it is, folks. Still waiting for G to come on. All right, while we're waiting, let's see. I had this one video. To talk about since I'm bored right now. Let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, Liberia. Let's talk about Liberia. You know, and also people say, "Kyle, why are you so obsessed with this country?" Right? Because right here, because if we don't get this right, this story right, this narrative right, we could forget about everything. If they take the narrative of Liberia from us, they come to America and take everything for it. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Right now, there's a narrative. There's a narrative going around that Black America ain't shit, right? That the success that you see are actually Black immigrants, Black people coming from above, or Black people who were raised by white people, Black people that went in the military. No one believes that you could live in a Black community, a Black family, and everything like that, and not have any outside influence and be successful or anything. That's what the narrative is, you know? And that's what the narrative, right? And it started with basically, like I said, with Liberia and everything like that, right? Now it's in America. Now these people want to erase the accomplishments of our ancestors in America, like which we call Blinken and Joe Biden told the president of Senegal that the African American Historical Museum is his history. No, that's African American history. That's not a Senegalese history. You know, that was made by us, our people. We have an identity. What you call Kamala Harris is not an African American. Barack Obama is not an African American. So people want to basically destroy our identity, destroy our accomplishments, and everything like that. I mean, if you don't stand up for what you are, who you are, and everything, you have people who are going to walk all over you and everything. And we always do this in the name of getting along with everybody. And the bottom line is people will stomp your head in and take what's yours and demean you and everything like that, because that's just the way the world is. Nobody gives a dang about you, your feelings, everything. You have to fight for who you are and what you stand for. That's the truth. Bruce says, Afghanistan, I don't see what do you mean by the large majority of thing like this? The bottom line is all like I told you about a building that I work with, they call the Koja building, right? And I basically said, watching the Koja building over the years, right, gave me an idea of how an Afghanistan can be formed. In other words, when you have strong leadership that holds people accountable, right, and you have reward and punishment on your side, right, and you have zero tolerance. Look, I worked in a nightclub, right? And I did a blog one time called Welcome, Dress Code Strictly Enforced, right? After I did this a couple of times at the club, right? Dress Code Strictly Enforced. I wrote a blog about it, right? I got a lot of buzz about that on social media, right? I said, we wanted to change the atmosphere of this club that I was working at, right? So we began to force a dress code, right? Enforce a dress code, right? The owners said, yeah, everybody has to have a button-up shirt. You cannot have sweatpants, because people come out in the club, they got sweatpants on, blah, blah, blah. You know, you can't have sneakers, tennis shoes, or sweats on. You gotta have shoes, boots, whatever like that, right? So what happened was the first couple of times we were enforcing the dress code, right? And people were trying to try us, right? They come up to the door. I never forget this one clown, right? I was like, yo, man, you got to pull your pants up, right? And the dude looked at me like, how the hell are you talking to me like that? I said, do you understand English? You can't get in unless you put a belt on and pull your pants up. Your pants are sagging out to your fucking ankle. And he's sitting there, and then his boy is sitting there pulling his pants up for him, right? And he's sitting there like he about to hit me. I said, are you going to hit me or something? You know? I said, pull your motherfucking pants up or you ain't getting in the club. You want to get in here. It's lit in here, right? You know, I said, pull your goddamn pants up. Bottom line is, it didn't go over well at first, right? But then after like about a month or so, right? I had this one brother, he used to come up there. He didn't have no membership or nothing like that, right? Always try to be outside trying to get in. Never dressed right and everything. Then one day, man, he was, because I used to have my suit on, my jacket and tie on, whatnot. He comes up when I bought a membership online, whatnot, because, you know, I handle the membership online, right? He bought a membership online, show up there with his card, his liquor, whatnot. Because what happens is you bring your own liquor in, And you put it, and then the bartenders mix it with mixers and whatnot, and people get lit like that. Some people be bringing in moonshine, whatever like that. We just mix it for you. You just get lit. So anyway, I went there, put his liquor bottle. Like, dude he goes, man, I want to be like you, man. Had his blazer on like that. He said, I said, now you ready to meet some young ladies? When yeah, man, you gave me a new look on life, man. I'm trying to get back in school. I'm trying to do this and everything. Like I'm trying to do this. When I said, see, isn't this better? You come up here as a member, you dress right and everything. Yeah, man, all this time it's easy for me to basically come up here and do the right thing. That's because we put our fucking foot down and said, this is the way it's going to be, or you're not getting in. As simple as that. See, the bottom line with people like Baruti, he thinks that the undesirables, right, are going to run all over. No, I could take the undesirables because you know what? We're going to turn those undesirables into desirables. When we have the power, right? That's the thing you Negroes don't understand. You don't understand power. You don't understand black authority and black power, right? That means when we lay down the laws and rules, you will follow them. You will not be an undesirable. You can come over all you want, I want those undesirables, right? Because I'll turn those undesirables into productive citizens overnight. We know we can. I've seen many examples of black people who have power change other black people, But people like Baruti wants people to come in, be undesirable. No, that's when those undesirables only rebelling against a racist, unfair system that they are rebelling against, right? And they're rebelling against black people who like I said earlier, who don't do nothing for them and everything like that. But when you are part of a thing where this thing that you're part of is your own nation, and these people out here are doing it, they're not going to be undesirable. They're going to do everything they can to be this. The Million Man March proved that. When those brothers came down there, thugs, everything. Everybody was down there peaceful and quiet. They went from undesirables to very desirable at that day of the Million Man March, October 16th, 1995. So Baruti, before you start coming at me and whatnot, and like you know what you're talking about whatnot, understand who you're talking. You're talking to the College Genesis here. Marisa said, my Aunt Lucy, whenever they see a guy sagging his pants in the car, they would roll down the window, tell him, I used to laugh. So bottom line is, pull your goddamn pants up, The people are tired of hearing that shit, Bottom line is this: the only way we're ever gonna do anything is as black people have to be in charge. We have to be in power. We have to be able to give reward and punishment to our own people. That's how we show we love them. We got to turn undesirables into desirables by changing behavior, and be that friggin' rod and staff. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That means, what the rod and staff means? That means you're a shepherd, right? A shepherd doesn't beat his sheep, but he uses his staff to guide his sheep. So therefore, I'm like a shepherd, I can turn those undesirable sheep into obedient lambs and everything like that, where they could do what they're supposed to do. Do you understand that, Baruti? Before you make a charge like that against College Genesis, that these are undesirables. No, I'm a shepherd. I could turn those undesirables into desirables overnight. That's what these people think they're going to, I got the undesirables on my side. Tell me, those undesirables would much rather be with me than you. They don't want to hear about your damn Ubuntu and shit. They want to know about it in Africa, saying, can we do this shit? And one day we're going to prove, we can do this. We're going to have black power. We're going to have a government one day and power, stuff like that. And those people are going to fall right in line. Trust me. Anybody else? Step right up. Step right up. Step right up. Get knocked right back the fuck down by the College Genesis. Step right up. Step right up. Get boop, bap, 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 bap. So the bottom line is, Jonathan Miller, I may call in sometimes. For now, the College Nation platform is funny. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I'm funny to you. However, I learned you and College can keep me laughing as you talk in circles, create smoke and anger. I don't know what Baruti's talking about. Maybe Dollar Bill could go up here and explain what Baruti goofball was talking about. Fruity Baruti. Baruti the Fruity, Don't know what he's talking about half the time, but he's very interesting, Now I heard Baruti's a good brother, though. That's what I heard. That's what Dollar Bill says. He's a good brother, so I'll take Dollar Bill's word for it. But bottom line is, man, but he's on some goofy shit. And I mean, really, some really serious goofy shit. You know? But let's see what's on TikTok. Let's see. Give me a second, folks. I don't like I hate doing diaspora war shit, but the video I want to play. Let's see. Jonathan Bruce says, Jonathan, I may call in South America. Yeah, okay, I read that already. Brody already said that.
My experience coming to America in 2006, the people that bullied me the most are tried to, because when I'm bad bum buckler, man, was African Americans. See, when I first came to America, African Americans was my biggest ops. I'm dead serious. You know what I mean? I remember in class, and this is one of the dumbest experiences I ever had. Remember one time in class, yo, this brother walk up to me and tap on my desk and say, yo, bro, I heard you Jamaican. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I heard Jamaicans is tough. You want to fight? Fight me, bro. Fight me. No. I barely got a green card. I don't want to fight you, bro, and then get deported back to Jamaica and let down the family, my youth. That don't even make any sense. How you want to fight me because you hear say Jamaicans are tough? So now you want to prove your toughness by fighting me, brother? That don't even make any sense. I'm telling you. And then the most people that I was comfortable with when I came to America was just people from different countries and different races. But the people that gave me the most problem, I love black people. I love African Americans.
And he says, "Oh, I love African Americans. They gave me the problem." Like I said, bottom line is we just got people out there and whatnot. I don't know what their problem is. All they do is sit online all day and just spew nonsense about us. The biggest options, African Americans and blah, blah, blah. They're just basically the worst people in the world. They bullied me and all this kind of stuff like that. Boo hoo hoo. Boo hoo hoo. Who the fuck cares about you? I say like this: if you do not like us, you can always get back on your banana boat and go back to whatever hellhole you came from. As simple as that. That's the way I'm saying like right now. You don't have to be here, You don't have to be here. You don't like it here. You don't like us, whatever like that. And we're all over the place in America and everything like that because we're everywhere. I mean, if I hated Black Americans, I would not be here because they're everywhere. I would not live in the United States. I'd be like, look, I'm gonna go someplace where I don't see these people at whatever. But if you don't like us, whatever, this guy right here, Reverend Manning.
Black people got a problem. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you, Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone. All of them made out of grass and wood. Before the white man ever got to Africa, the worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation. And we need to admit it. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. The only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. Black people got a problem. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer.
Now, what he said was, it was poignant, man. He said what I was saying last night. Everywhere in the world, black people just don't have it, man. Simple as that. That's what I've seen.
All of that dude was nuts.
No, but he's telling the truth, though. It doesn't matter if he's nuts or not. He's telling the truth.
He ain't telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
He ain't telling the truth. Come
Let's
on,
see.
Colin.
He's not telling the truth, but okay. Look at. Let's play some videos from Africa. Let's see what we see. Now, what do you see in the background here, Jonathan? What do you see in the background here? Poverty, right?
Do American Africans have
They always talk about us.
Actually, I don't know much about their culture, but we as Africans, we have our beliefs. The
beliefs is
y'all got y'all beliefs that y'all can hurt people for no damn reason.
I'm saying, so the bottom line is it is what it is. So the bottom line, I'm not caping for Africa no more. It is what it is. Africa wants to change. Like I said, if I'm not caping for Black America no more, how the hell you think I'm gonna cape for Africa? It's not happening. I am not caping for Africa no more. Like I said, people say Africa ain't shit. It's never built nothing and whatnot. Hey, I can't argue with it no more. I'm not gonna fight it no more. I'm saying, okay, I come from a bullshit race. I want to pull myself up, and I want to get where other black people pull ourselves up from this mess and whatnot. But the majority of the black race wants to be on the bottom.
Who do you think the most racist group in America is? Is it minorities, Asians, black people, white people? Well, it's just people of color in general. They're more racist than white people.
What's this fucking clown? Black is ace of space.
There was a study where different races were asked to rate their own race and other races, and every single other race is extremely narcissistic, especially black respondents who rated themselves significantly higher than their second highest liked group, which is Hispanics. Hispanics tended to like Asians and black people pretty equally, but they did have a negative.
I wonder what African or Caribbean country he's from.
Black people's view on white
people. No, he's from Africa. He's adopted.
Themselves the most, and they like
black
people the second.
These are the worst white people. The people that raised in a white family is adopted African.
White people barely even like themselves.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
And they don't really have a bias towards
that. Must be a
fucking
sad situation.
This is true. If you live in reality,
you come from a war-torn country.
The R word, it's an extremely.
You gotta fucking come to America. I mean, geez, man. Like I said, luck was on my side, man. I'm glad to be born where I am. I don't have to worry about that shit. Go ahead, Elvis. What's on your mind?
Nothing. Just listening.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, look, I'm just going through TikTok, man. Just. Like I said, people say, Colin, why you play TikTok? Because simply, this is where I get a lot of my information from and stuff like that. I get a lot of my stuff from TikTok, same way people judge us by what they see on TikTok and the internet. Hey, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I'm like, hey, look, this is what they're saying on the internet. Okay, this is another one's funny. The country with the lowest IQ. This is funny. This is a white guy. I know he's racist.
Top 10 countries with the lowest IQ. Number 10 is Cameroon. They have 67 points on average there. Number 9.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
The
Dwayne, your mama calling you.
You can hear the video.
Okay, hold up. Let's see.
Kyla had,
Can you hear now?
Not yet.
Liberia should be like number 1 or number 2 on that list.
Number 10 is Cameroon.
Do you see
They
it
have
here?
67
I doubt
points
it.
on average there. Number 9, Democratic Republic of the Congo, 64 points. Number 8, Ghana has 61 points. They used to have
Actually, on a global scale, Nepal is number 1.
7, Ivory Coast
Liberia is number 2. Liberia has a very low IQ on average. That's what they say.
has 56, and number 5, Equatorial Guinea has 56 as well. Number 4,
I think this list is for African countries, not a global
number
list.
3, Sierra Leone has 45, and number 2, Liberia has 45 as well. Of course, we know I love this season. There we go. Of course, we know, IQ points don't really mean anything about intelligence because these people probably all have way more street smart than the average dumbass American private school. If you like this list and want more about other nonsense, follow me. Leave me a comment on the country you thought had the lowest IQ, and follow my fiance Samantha, who I
Yeah, I looked this up too. I mean,
points is
Nepal is the lowest.
countries with the lowest IQ.
Okay, I guess there you go. He put it on there.
They have
Yeah, Liberia is ranked pretty high for the lowest IQ. But these are all African countries. There are other countries from Asia that's made the list. And I think he's just talking about the lowest IQ in Africa. But he didn't say
Number
that.
7, Ivory
Yeah. I mean, I try my best not to believe what they be saying because
Yeah.
every time I look at negative statistics, Africa just overly flooded with it, and I'm just like, nah, I don't trust
Yeah,
that.
and there's correlation. Yeah, there are correlations, Jonathan. Your IQ points is significantly lower if you don't have a middle school, let alone a high school education. In Liberia, for example, a lot of kids are not in, high school, let alone middle school. So their cognitive ability is pretty low. But with education, it's not that
All right,
they're
the
incapable of
the
learning.
question I asked tonight. Check this out. The question I asked tonight, I say, is Black America addicted to racism? I say, yeah, I think Black people are addicted to racism. I think that we thrive on it. And the bottom line is, if there's no racism, we don't have an identity. That's what I believe. Take away racism, then what is Black? That's why they always use racism to sell everything. You ask people, why are they Pan-Africanists when because there's racism in America. It can't be just that, okay, I'm interested in Africa, I want to go there and build whatever like that, They always say, yeah, I'm trying to escape from. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life is like when you hear the Bag family saying, we're in Gambia right now, in a dusty-ass jungle because racism was so bad in America, That's what I believe, I think Black people use racism way too much.
I mean, I've experienced racism before, but and not even racism. I won't even say racism. I've experienced prejudice.
So everybody
and bigotry. But
so
it's not something that I fight with on a daily basis in my life.
I don't think nobody does,
The only reason why I would disagree is because if we use racism as an excuse, Black people should be at the bottom in every level. Since we always use racism as an excuse, but we're not at the bottom in every level. Now, in terms of racism, it's always put in front of us.
Yeah, but the people that basically purport, like Booker T. Washington, you ever heard what his famous speech he said? He said there's emerging a class of Black men, right, who go around and keep the problems of the Negro, which everybody has problems, in the public arena. And that means people who rabble rouse talk about racism and he said they're always agitating and stuff like that,
Don't forget it. Booker T. Washington's father was white.
It doesn't matter what his father was white, but he said it was the truth. At that time, if you're mixed Black and white, you were part of the Black community. You're Black. That was a different time period.
He's speaking on Black men when his daddy white.
I know, but the bottom line is it's not the same thing as somebody who was born mixed race in a suburban America. He was born into freaking slavery, up from slavery. He was up from slavery, he was born a slave. You know, so it's not the same thing. It doesn't matter what his genes on his father's side was. He was born a slave, you know, to a slave mother. You know, so the bottom line is what I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to make was he said there was basically a class of black men who keep the problems of the Negro in the public eye. You know, so nobody could, partially because it pays. And what does he talk about? He talk about the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons, and everything. These people basically will go around and they always talk about racism and everything like that, right? Even though they'll go to an area like, let me tell you a perfect example I'm talking about. When you see some of these people who go to Africa, right? They never go to like a all black country like Nigeria. They always go to like a country like South Africa, or where there's racial conflict, where there's white people, so they can make their racial case. You ever notice that? You know, they'll never go to Nigeria. And
Nah, I think they go to the most developed countries.
no, they
They
go
have
to a
some.
country where there's white people, so they can use the same we're being discriminated argument. You can't say that in Nigeria, you know?
I don't think that's why they go there. I think they go there because the infrastructure is better.
No, what I'm saying, it doesn't even matter what the infrastructure is. It's the bottom line is they go where there's white people at and they can play the racial card, the racial dynamics.
Okay, Kyle, I want to ask you something real quick. You play that video again about Liberia, and you try to compare it to the United States, saying that Alabama or Mississippi is undeveloped
No,
and
I
everywhere is
never
not
said
going
that.
to,
Hold on. I never said they were undeveloped. I'm saying Alabama, Mississippi
not
can't
as
compare
developed
to New
as
York.
New York City.
Oh, have you ever been in New York City before?
Yeah, Kyle, I used to live in Ewing, New Jersey.
Okay, that's not New York. Have you ever lived in New
No,
York
but
City?
I've been there. They're right across the bridge. I've been there many
Okay,
times. I
New
have
York
family that
City,
live on Staten Island.
hold up. New York City built the IRT, Interborough Rapid Transit, in
Kyle,
1917.
what are we talking about here? I mean,
Listen,
I'm just trying to make a point. I'm not
right?
telling you to give me a
So
history
my
lesson of
point
New
is,
York.
New York City, not only that they got the Long Island Railroad, right? New York transportation system generates $400 million a year in transportation alone. That's how much is taken in New York City through transportation alone. The boats, the ferries, everything, the bridges, the tunnels, the tolls, everything. $400 million a day. You know, it's in New York City. Now compare that to, let's say, Minnesota and stuff like that, where you got the twin bridges that fell a couple of years ago or not.
Kyle, you're a straw man. Come on,
No, I'm
that's
saying, no,
not
I'm not
what we're
straw man.
talking
Listen,
about.
I'm saying
You're a
the
straw
fact
man.
that you can't hold up. Is there any city in Minnesota that got subway systems?
Yeah, Minneapolis,
What kind of subway system?
and
St. Paul.
they're not even a subway. I won't say a subway because it's not sub, but they have a
That's what I'm
railway.
saying. They don't
They
have
have
an underground subway
a
system.
light rail system.
They have a
So it's
light
not.
rail. Hold up.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
not
Norfolk.
underground.
Hold up. Norfolk has a light rail.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
It's not underground,
Yeah.
but we
It's
have.
not. Hold on. It's not a friggin' subway system like New
That's
York
what I
City.
said. It's not sub. It's not
Yeah.
under.
All right. So, but hold up. Now, New York built that subway
Being
system.
having a sub doesn't necessarily makes it better.
Hold
A light rail is quite as
In
effective.
other words, New York City was way more developed than the rest of the world 100 years ago. 100 years ago, New York City was more developed than most of the world is today.
So
You understand what I'm
okay,
talking
so what's your point?
Okay, so what I'm saying is some places develop faster, some places don't. You know, some people don't. That's a given. So what makes Liberia any different? That Monrovia,
Because
capital.
there were places like New York in the United States. It wasn't just New York. There was other cities that was also developed.
Not
In Liberia,
on the
it
not on
was
the level of New York. Tell me one city and on the level of New York.
But
Or say this
Carla,
level.
a subway station, they only build them based on the need and the geographical location.
No, that's not what it built. The subway system in New York is the reason why New York City is so integrated as far as like the population and stuff like that. The Interborough Rapid Transit, people are using the subway to get to them from Manhattan, Queensboro Bridge, and stuff like that, and then take the Long Island Expressway for over 100 years. You know, no other no other place in the world where you could travel so many miles in one place in one day than New York City because of the transportation system. You know, that's the difference.
In the
the
Bay
point
Area?
yeah,
The Bay Area, it's not even any
like San
comparison.
Francisco, they have those streetcars, right?
San Francisco
We got railway, subway.
What you guys do need to do is go do your homework. It adds to something like this. The only other place in the world that could rival New York City is Tokyo as far as
I
transportation.
mean, Kyler, the point here is this country is the percentage of the United States that's developed is almost like
Okay, hold up.
95% if you want to be
America has
generous.
a $30 trillion a year GDP. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that. My point is, when you say that, when you try to brag about Liberia and you want to have 10% of the country being developed and the other 90 is undeveloped, it's not the same thing.
Liberia was a poor developing country, right? New York
Oh, do you say that, or do you brag about how much success they have?
I'm saying for what they did, for what they did okay. I'm saying New York City has a GDP that's twice as much as the whole entire Africa combined. New York City, it's $4 trillion GDP. So the bottom line, New York City has money. Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, everything like that. More business transaction happens in lower Manhattan, midtown Manhattan than most of the people in the world. That tri-state area, New York, Jersey, and whatnot.
$2 trillion color.
It's a $2 trillion economy. 2 trillion, excuse me, not 4.
Yeah, 2 trillion.
That's more than any other. I know you got Google, man. I know you get your Google on. John's a Google person. When I got to Google it when I call it.
I had to look up the Bay Area GDP. New York got us by $1 trillion. It's all right. We're still surviving.
Look, I misspoke. Yeah, I meant $2 trillion. It's a $2 trillion. I said 4. I meant 2. But that's the truth. It's $2 trillion. California's $4 trillion. That's what I was trying to say. California's $4 trillion GDP. But the bottom line is this. What I'm trying to say is some places are blessed because New York City was once it still is the capital, the economic capital of the world. It's a culture capital of the world. And everything that has going for itself, the culture capital, the economic capital, the media capital, the arts capital, all that stuff like the transportation capital, all that stuff like that, the restaurants, dining, everything like that contributes to New York City's GDP. Business, banking, finance, everything, even Broadway, everything that New York City produces, contributes to its GDP, Now, when you could duplicate that someplace, you see the infrastructure and surrounding areas like this. We Black people have never produced a New York City on the continent. When your GDP is 4 times the size, is bigger than the whole entire African continent combined, 4 times the size of the whole country of Nigeria. One little New York City. 500 square miles, has a GDP 4 times the size of Nigeria. That's reality.
Carla, in about 1,000 years, Vegas is going to be able to do that.
1,000 years, you'll be dead and whatnot.
I just I would be here.
1,000 years from now, 1,000 years from now, all none of this shit is going to even exist. I go by here and now. I don't give a damn about 1,000 years from now. Everybody's talking, one day, man, we're going to rise up one night and we're going to be here one night. Yeah, right. They said that 1,000 years ago. And guess what? Negroes still at the bottom. There was some Negro sitting in the jungle in the Congo talking about 1,000 years from now, we're going to be on top of the world. Whatnot. Yeah, right. Yeah, you end up on the bottom of a slave ship. That's the truth. Negroes always talk about what they going to do, what we going to do. And the bottom line, as long as Black Americans are addicted to racism, they always got that scapegoat and excuse of racism. They're never going to accomplish anything. That's just the truth. As long as they have racism out there, and even Black people who are successful. I know Black people who are successful. Like LeBron James. The guy's worth $1 billion talking about he's so terrified of racism and racism is hindering him and all those kinds like that. Yeah, I'm not looking at this guy like, are you kidding me? You 6'9", something like that. You have enough power to snap somebody's neck in half, and you worry about some little puny ass racism. I mean, sometimes I know, man. Sometimes I wonder why I don't give up on my people, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's all I want to say about that. But yeah, like I said, I just think people use racism. Africa use tribalism. They use colonialism as an excuse. They're addicted to colonialism and imperialism and blah, 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 blah. The main thing is you ain't doing nothing. You don't want to do nothing. You have no plan to do nothing. And the bottom line is
Liberians use America Liberians.
Yeah, they use America Liberians as scapegoat. But to this day, what's the problem? People, Hey, I want to ask Elvis a question, Elvis. The one I want to ask you today, because I always think about shit before I go like this. Have you ever read George Orwell's Animal Farm?
Of course.
Okay. If you read George Orwell, can you explain it to me? What does that mean? What's this? Draw me a parallel between George Orwell's Animal Farm and Liberia.
I don't know, Colin. I'm not in the mood for your shenanigans. I don't know.
Liberia's story with the coup was straight out of Animal Farm. Because you know why? Because all these people like George Orwell predicted the world was going to end up like this, you know? And the bottom line, people who read George Orwell's Animal Farm or not, they saw this coming, right? And we're like, okay, this is what's going to happen if we don't get a hold to this and everything. I don't think the educated class, whether it's the American Liberian or like that, saw that coup coming. If they would have been educated better, they could have saw that coup coming. Because the bottom line is, this is what George Orwell said was this. When the pigs took over the farm, right? It's always after the revolution, right? The pigs and the horses and all those other people that said, look, some pigs are more equal than the others. So in other words, the people, they got rid of the farmer, and next thing you know, the pigs are more oppressive than the farmer was, and they want the farmer back, you know? So that's what the Animal Farm is, symbolic of people talking about we need a revolution and everything. Then when they get the revolution, right, they become oppressors, or the people were disillusioned about the people that's ruling them, you know?
You think that happened with the free people that went to Liberia who were oppressed and then try to oppress the other people? Or they happened that way, but they happened with the natives. Okay.
First of all, that's not what happened, because the people that first went to Liberia established a country, right? Established a republic. You know, your side of the equation didn't understand what a republic was. Can we agree on that? Did you guys?
Colin, say what you want to say. I don't care. I'm not in the mood for all that bullshit tonight.
I got
Just say what you got to say.
I got a question.
Constitutional republic was. It was not a village. It was a constitutional republic, right? That was.
I got a question before this goes bad. Well, Colin, what was the African American perspective of what was happening during the Liberian Civil War? Did we care about it
in America?
Yeah, in America.
Most black people didn't care. Back in the 90s,
but I'm curious though. Did we actually know that that was our people over there?
Hold on,
I didn't find out about Liberia till I was a little bit older.
Well, let me talk. This is what happened, right? Well, Liberia used to have strong connections with Black America as far as the HBCUs, the fraternities, and also like that. After that coup, that all disappeared. It all dried up. Not only that, Liberia had diplomatic channels all throughout the world. It was broken, you know, all that broke down. And then what happened was this: over the time period, Black people started concentrating on countries like Nigeria, and also we're focused on South Africa, the Congo. You know, we had the Rumble in the Jungle with Ali and stuff like that. So, do you know the Ali Foreman fight was actually supposed to happen in Liberia? People didn't know that. That was supposed to actually happen in Liberia. But the stadium, the stadium, which was named SDU Stadium, wasn't built in time. You know, they started in 1973, but it wasn't ready until 1976. 2 years later, after Ali Foreman fight, it was supposed to be in Liberia. That was where originally supposed to be held at. You know.
But do you think there was like a huge goal to divide Black America from Liberia?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Kala, you have to be honest, man. The closer you are with the white man tell you shit about Africans. That's that with the Black Americans.
What if the white man's telling the truth, Ola?
Hold on. Way back in your school, not just only.
And I think in hindsight, I think the white man was right.
See, Kala, I'm not exempting the damn fucking Jamaicans also. You know what I mean? The Jamaicans were far more worse to Africans in London. You see, as long the white man sit in that class and the teachers in the front and say, you know, you're lucky you're not Africans because African people are hungry. African people have this, African people have that. You know, that's where the Jamaicans were seeing the Africans inside the 60s. So the more closer you are with the white man is the one your teacher in front of you in your class. They start bringing the map of Africa out and say, okay, you see in this Africa, this part, the worst one was just Africa hungry. Can you donate this money? You see that Ethiopians are hungry. They turn into be the whole of Africa.
What is
They
Africa,
take
India? We, my
hold on,
family
hold on,
contribute to India too.
hold on, Kala. The Americans, especially the white men, turned into a world. Let's save Africa by bringing Cyndi Lauper, bringing the other dude, Michael Jackson, and other things. While we in Africa actually don't understand what's actually going on. We're just a political game. You understand me? It was just a small,
Wait, hold on,
tiny.
I'm not talking about Nigeria, but there were parts of Africa like
What I'm
Biafra.
saying this, what I'm
Or
saying
Biafra
this is
war.
this,
There
right?
were people starving in
What I'm
Biafra.
saying this, what I'm saying this is this: the Congo fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. It was a political move from America against the Soviet Union,
I
and
know
guess
that.
what? Because Mobutu was very corrupt. What is that guy's name again with his head?
Don King.
Don King was looking for who would get the big money, and Congo were willing to bring the money out. You understand me? Congo and Ali play into that kind of like, look at your former, he dressed like a white man, wear clothes like a white man. Because Ali know the game. He started wearing that shake. He said, "Look at me, I'm an African." That's why actually the Congo people moved towards Ali because he was far more closer to them than George Foreman. George Foreman is a typical type of a black American guy who actually dressed, like the way Ali was saying. Ali played political moves against George Foreman. Ali was lucky that he won that fight. Otherwise, Ali Bomaye would not even be here. So the truth of the matter is, every countries that left Africa, especially the Caribbeans, the Black Americans, never see Africa actually in a good light. You understand me? The American Liberians also in Liberia also see the same things also because they were coming from
Let me ask you a question. Ola, let me stop you right there. Could it be that why is it that it's up to us to see Africa in light? Why don't Africa be in a good light?
No, Africa. No. See, Africa. Look, if you up to today, Africa don't depend on you put to come and
Jason,
develop.
hold on. Jonathan Miller sent me a video. I don't even want to play it, bro. Of somebody getting burned alive.
Please don't play it.
No, see.
Please don't play it.
Play it. In real Africa, so you guys want us to ignore all the stuff, everything like that. But I'm sorry, I can't do that, Ola. I want to look. You sound like you're a cool person. We probably meet and kick it off pretty good. But what we have is you're only responsible for Ola and the people you know, right?
Yes,
you're not responsible for all this other stuff. You have no power over that, and that's just the reality,
What you don't understand, the people in Africa actually don't wait for anybody, especially if they don't even wait for Black America. They might like your music, but they actually focus on themselves in Africa.
Well, we know that, and that's what I said. We're focusing on ourselves.
Every street, we have to develop each street or every land or to do business, right? They might like the type of clothes you wear, but actually in their space, they just think only about the environment. You understand me? Only when you come across these people and they use all kind of like, fucking African. The Jamaica use it too. So it's not just the Black Americans. So sometimes the Jamaicans are also dodgy the whole game of the Jamaican female Africa. That's a bloody lie. The Jamaica would like pain the ass of the Africans in UK. You know what I'm saying? They call you Bombo Club, fucking Africa. Look at what Buju Banton was talking about.
Why is it that why people that go around saying, people say, "Oh, we love Jamaicans and whatnot," and I don't see that. They say Africans and Jamaicans get along and whatnot. I don't see that.
No.
That's what people always say.
That's a mistake, people. You look. Forget. Only the truth is the Jamaicans can pretend a lot that they're cool with the Africans, but deep in their mind, man, they will pull on you or something can delete you within a minute and tell you, "I want your wallet. Give me that fucking wallet. Give me that fucking money, you fucking African." They will put that shit on your head. They did to my friend when I was in London, 1996. You understand? I was waiting for my friend. Let's go and eat an African food. You understand? My friend was out, but the area I was waiting for him. Then he came and said, "I just know what happened." So what happened? He said, "That fucking Jamaican just pulled on me and put a shit on my head. I said, 'Give me your money.' This I said, 'Fuck, give me your money, you fucking African.'" So the Africans could not tolerate anymore in UK. That's why the Africans also formed their own gang, and that gang was being formed by Nigerians and brought in the Ghanaians and other people. Then that's where the fight started. You understand me? So they let the Jamaicans understand you're no monopoly to violence or to crime. That's what happened in the 90s, where they started deleting themselves over there brutally and everything. The Nigerian miskies and everything, all of the Nigerian gangs and everything. Tony Joshua was a gang member. It was rough for him also. You know that what happened is was just busting. So the Jamaicans was actually in the pain in the ass. You know, people say, oh, the Jamaicans are cool with Africa. Fucking that shit, man. I don't take that shit. I've seen that shit before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not true. Jamaicans been getting railroaded in Africa for a while.
What?
They just don't get
Those
online
are
and talk
Jamaicans
about
in
it.
the UK, not Jamaicans here in the United States.
In the United States, everybody seems to gang up on Black America. You know, so it's like everybody wants to gang up on us over here. You know,
If you go to school, my
We the shit collar.
ancestors that went to school in Jamaica, they
Wait,
laugh
wait,
at you.
wait, I don't want to be. I just want to be just an
Kinda,
average person. I don't want to be. I don't want anybody being envious of me. I don't want anybody jealous of me, and I can't stand people hating me for
Yeah,
no freaking
because
reason.
you know why the Black American
You
ones
know?
are more open, because the Black America have kind of like they don't have much secret. They just say it the way it is. The Jamaicans will say it, they will pretend it. You know what I mean? They will pretend it. Not just like the Jamaicans or the Caribbeans. That's the fucking shit they were doing that to, because the Africans will come at that. They come to do job, capital work, clean the street and everything. Why the Africans come in there to study? That is the reason why they hate the African. Oh, where they look at it, they go to school. Think they're better than us and everything. But the Africans already have their own plan. They just come study, go back, or some of them. You know, when you hate people too much, they don't really want it to do with you. You know, it's not that the things are cool. All those time of Bob Marley time, Let's Unite Africa, in London, UK, those are all fake. Fake. The Jamaicans was like what sort of the Asians say the Black America did to them in United States. The Jamaicans were jumping the Africans a lot too. But the Africans say, hey, no, I ain't gonna be docile like this. My grandfather can be like this at that time, but me, man, I will take on you. That will happen there. Because when you start dealing with people for too long, they will form a defensive zone on you. And that zone, it can be offensive, it can be defensive. Depends how they want it to be. That will happen in the UK. That ought to do that everything get quiet, things get normal. Then the Jamaicans and the Africans maybe go after the Somalians, because look, the Jamaicans will tell you, man, you bomber clad. They will sort you in the bus stop, in the bus, in the street. You know, they don't even want nothing to do with the Africans even when they even live in the same street together. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know, do you think Black America talk about racism too much?
Not too much, but the experience of the Black Americans is heavy. You understand?
Like
They have
what?
asked-
Like, do you think it's legitimate? You know, people will say, like I said, I'm Black in America, right? You know, okay, I understand racism and I understand some white people don't like me, whatever,
Hello.
like that. But I'm not going around looking for white acceptance. That's the difference between a lot of black. I think a lot of black people are looking for white acceptance and everything.
Not about white acceptances. What the Black America passed through the United States is very, very heavy. Let's assume, right?
Yeah,
you
but
live
hold
in-
on. What about
you-
those of us who rose above that, despite everything? It makes me strong and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, but
And
you see what
we understand it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, something. Our ancestors, because our ancestors were stronger than I am right now. They
Yeah,
endured
Kala.
way more than I did.
Kala, there was never a peace treaty between the Black Americans and the white man.
They're never going to be, you know, never going to be.
So what happened? So what happened? Let's say I take a tribalism in Africa. There's a group of tribes that we fought together and everything. But come and they sit down together and say, okay, let's settle this thing with mouth, right? They're using the knife and the spear to fight each other, and we can discuss it. What happened? They have a peace treaty. What did they do? They exchange wives. You marry for my side, I marry for your side.
Black
You
people,
understand
white
me?
people, that's not
And
going to happen.
So they start like having children, cousins, and everything. So if you have a cousin the other side, you're gonna fight the other tribe. You know you have cousins there. Your auntie, some of them get married there and everything. They will scream at you over there. So that's how peace came.
Yeah, but
You
hold
understand me?
on. We're dealing with people who have a different race. The whole idea, people don't understand something. What's different about us situation is
Yeah.
this: the color line in America. If you have one drop of black blood, white people say this. That's why white people make sure that the color line is always
Yeah,
preserved. As long as
yeah,
there's that color line there, there'll never be real peace between black
Yeah,
people and white
that
people.
color
in
line,
America.
that one drop blood rule, that's where they get the darker part of United States also. Now they start creating buffer zones. You understand me? And that
But my
buffer
whole
zone,
thing is in America and everything like that. So we cannot have we have a peace treaty. we're basically here. We're in captivity, and like I said in the show last night, right? When black people talk about can black people run cities, we run cities into this is not our civilization. Now, some black people do better than other black people, some communities do better, but on the whole, Black America will never be its full potential inside the borders and the confines of America. That's just the way it is.
Kala, even in the United States, you do pretty good there too, you know, because you do pretty.
We're doing all right, but we're not doing. We're not doing. But if we had, if we were the ones in charge, we would have had our own majority. We were the majority. We're a minority group. It sucks being a minority group. I'm telling you right now, you never want to be a minority.
It's like Africa, whereby they have the elite, the people that have money who decide to be like the British in their mind and the way they behave. In Black America, you have the buffer zone, the light skin, the heavy light skin ones.
Well, that's not even that case. We don't have that. We don't have. We don't have that.
Is there
Kiddo, that's not the case in here in America. We don't have any light skin.
People like the Smokey. People like the Smokey.
But Smokey Robinson's an entertainer. He doesn't have no power.
Like that woman, I think the Blackies, Donna Ross' daughter. You know,
yeah, but what is that? You're talking about entertainers. They don't have no sway in Black America. What are you talking about?
The closer you are, when you're heavily light
skinned. Yeah, but you could be near white people. It doesn't really matter. It's about how much power you have. The richest black man in America is a very dark skinned man called David Stewart. You know, he's a billionaire. He's richer than Aliko Dangote.
No.
Yes, he is. He's richer than Aliko Dangote.
No, he's not. He's the richest black man in America, not in the world. Aliko Dangote is the richest black man in the world.
If David Stewart takes his company public, he'll be pretty damn rich.
Check us out.
Way richer than Dangote.
Check us out. But bottom line is Dangote is never, you can't quantify his assets or that. People just say he's rich or whatnot, but no one's ever verified his assets or anything.
Kala, Dangote is fucking rich.
I know he's rich, but the bottom line, I don't think he's worth $10 billion.
I built that refinery with $20 billion.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's what he said.
I am going to admit something. I looked at Dangote's net worth over the years. It seemed like his shit randomly jumped. Like extremely jumped.
You know what, Nigeria? Hold on. You know how you check this out. You know how Nigeria's economy, if somebody was worth that much money, you would have like a $5 trillion economy right now. You don't have that.
No.
How are you gonna have a GDP only $500 billion? So you say Dangote is worth like what 500 with the Nigerian economy? Come on.
The way you read richness in America, sometimes it's audio billionaires, right? Tomorrow, will you fuck up?
Yeah, but hold on, but it's verified in America because we can go by tax statements, assets, and stuff like that. We can't verify. Hold on,
that's what they said.
Kidola, where's the headquarters of Dangote Group? Does he have a headquarter?
Dangote have every investment over.
Oh no. Where's his headquarters at? Where's his real estate portfolio?
Yeah, he has a lot of real estate in Kano, in Lagos, in Abuja.
I could not find his real estate portfolio. I see one raggedy ass building. That was about it.
He has a lot of hotels, really high end hotels.
Where?
You talking to the guy?
Okay, Elvis, post in the chat room.
You talking to the guy who's private chat. Hold on, Kala. You talking to the guy?
Go on the website. Go to dangodegroups.com. No, if you want to see it, go there. It's there. That's what I'm telling you.
Kala, you talking to a guy?
Okay, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. I'm not fighting with you
because they don't exist. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Kala, you talking to a guy whose grandfather was the richest.
Yeah, I know he was rich, but not bottom line. We talk about billionaires, and there's no billionaires.
Yeah, his grandfather Don Tata was very, very wealthy.
Yeah, so bottom line, but there's no real.
Was a very, very rich man.
Stop it, you know.
How
you can be a billionaire where there's no industry and whatnot? You don't have any consumption base.
If you go to South Africa, businesses there.
Yeah, South Africa's GDP is less than Nigeria's.
You go to Zambia, Zimbabwe, have things there.
Yeah, they got things there. Bottom line, come on, man.
In Nigeria, in Nigeria, you monopolize the business of cement.
Yeah, bottom line, how much actually cement does he actually make on sell on the continent?
I use Dangote to build my house. So
yeah, and I heard that cement. That's why you see a lot of Nigerian buildings collapsing because cement is cheap.
Hold on, that dude. No, it's by the soil. No building is falling in Nigeria if you don't build a Lagos. Lagos, Nigeria doesn't know how to build on such a soil that is very weak, because they're not like the Dutch people who learn how to build.
It's a soil now.
No, Kala, the Dutch people know how to build on the wet soil. west side of the Dutch Bowl is almost
Okay,
like
let's
almost like the soil in Ileki. All those territories that's a very weak soil. In
But don't you
Nigeria,
know how to build with stone and everything? Make a foundation like 100 feet under the ground and everything like that. That's how you build buildings. You don't
people
just
are
build a
greedy.
building
Look,
on
the white
shifting
man
sand.
the white man will build a house. So, okay, this house will last for 50 years. Then we will knock it down.
You know, because like I said, man, I am so sick and tired of Africans.
Anything
half-asses
higher
on
than
that
50
half-ass
years,
shit.
anything higher than 50 years, that soul will be
The
very,
bottom
very
line is that you can't build a
that
building that basically that
You're
stands
just butthurt. The
50
African is richer than your black American man.
No, don't worry. And the bottom
No,
line is
no, that's not really. Elvis, you got to think about it. Then go to regain that title to be the Africa's richest person real fast without any strategic new thing going on.
No, because the valuation of his refinery, the valuation of his refinery is very high.
No. Not $400 million in a couple of days high. It just kind of stretchy.
Look, South Africa might take over from him because of the devaluation of the naira.
And then, so,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
And the naira ain't got stronger.
You know, now it's like the weakest currency in the world.
See, what you
Not the
understand,
weakest.
Dangote
It's
don't
like one
really
of the
do
weakest.
business. Dangote don't really do business like that in Europe. Dangote just focus in Nigeria and Africa.
Yeah, there's no
Dangote
money in Africa, man. What are you talking about, man?
Hold on. Dangote is not an audio money. Your money in United States, when they say Puff is a billionaire, Jay is a billionaire, those are
under construction in the upscale Ikoyi area. A rescue operation is underway to free dozens more who are feared trapped under the rubble. Workers on the site say many of their colleagues were inside when the building came down.
This happens often in Nigerian buildings collapsing.
DW correspondent Fred Muvoni is
Kala,
at the site of the
right?
building collapse. Fred,
Kala,
what more
shoot this
have you
building.
learned?
Carla, you remember when the apartment building fell in Miami and a lot of people
police
died?
commissioner confirmed that at least 4 bodies were retrieved under the rubble, and they managed to rescue 3 people alive. But the operations are still going on, trying to see if they can find more people. But so far, the process is very, very slow, and people are so desperate to know what the fate of their loved ones, who they believe that they are still under the rubble here.
Let me explain
I
to
see
you,
people gathered behind you. Are they onlookers or are they anxious loved ones waiting to see if first responders are able to rescue more people?
Yeah, some of these people are just locals who are just here to know what is happening following this process, which is also very difficult. But also their family members who, they saw, the last time they saw their loved ones was in the morning, and they have been here crying and waiting, and they don't know what is happening. They also
Is this Nigeria? It sounds like a South African
They are
accent.
also here. There are military
Nigeria.
officers, there are the police and government officials. They are all here trying to see how they can help, to see if they can find more people under this building that has collapsed.
Fred, were there safety concerns before this collapse?
Kala, of that thing, when you show that it's not
I would
fair,
say
let me
that
tell-
this is
Hold on.
very common. It's not the first time we hear in Lagos that the building has collapsed. There have been schools collapsing, but this is a new building that was still under the construction. So we understand that people were here having the meeting, including actually the owner of the building himself was here in the meeting. We also understand that other people are the people who work here at the construction. So the safety concerns are always, it's one of those challenges that we have in Lagos, because people, the way they build, and there is no cumbersome following of this process from state officials. So people just do things the way they want.
Yeah, that's why code enforcement is important, regulations is important, and I think Africa needs to adopt that to be really stringent when it comes to code enforcement.
You know how you can tell the wealth of something? You could tell by the insurance. You know, the insurance will tell you the value of the building, what's insured for it. None of these people pass an international insurance standard test.
Carla,
you using the white.
If you want to go after Dangote Cement, go after the roads. The roads are fucking bad. Okay, forget the buildings. The roads are bad.
No more half. I'm sorry.
Oh, let me tell you something, right?
I can't help you, man. I can't help you. Kidola, I love you, brother. I love you, brother.
Your territory,
I love you, man. But no, it don't work like that.
Your territory come that George Bush come with that flood. The Americans could not even put a barrier in that flood. So, we thought it would not be like this. If you want to talk about weak soil, like Lagos.
It ain't the soil. You understand when you lay down the roads.
You have to bring in the Dutch people. In Lagos, the soil of Lagos is very, very weak. You cannot put a 12-story building. They use a type of heavy cement to start screening the walls of those buildings, right? That guy was greedy. The government only approved, I think, about...
How did the building get insured? How did the building get insured? Was it insured?
No, that's what I tell you, Carla. That's what I tell you. You put building, you put money is audio money. African money is cash money. You understand me?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why you can't quantify the wealth of it. How you look at a billionaire if everything's in cash or whatnot? You know, you have no assets.
For Africa,
you can't qualify insurance and everything like that. That's what Elvis said.
Carla, for African man to tell you I'm a billionaire, he can actually go to the bank and take his 1 billion out of that.
He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that for that refinery.
Hold on. He have to take his money in that bank out as $1 billion. In America, you have to go and make the bank that will finance your own something, but you call yourself a billionaire. But you see, a person like Donald Trump, he says a billionaire, but he have debt everywhere, Deutsche Bank and other things.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump has real estate. He has a lot of properties.
So in Africa, when we say billionaire, we're not talking about audio money. We talk about real money, long money. You understand me? Long, because Africa don't believe. Okay,
well, money is just paper, man. You got to have assets, bro. You have liquidity.
Then go take projects get financed too. He's not paying cash for them.
By Nigerians, right? It was being financed by Nigeria.
The refinery was financed by other people who invested. He only put up like 4 or 5 billion of his own money. The rest is financed by outsiders.
You hear that, Carla? 4 to 5 billion. That's not the full money he's having. He just take that risk to put his own 5 billion there.
Well, no one in their right mind gives up all of their money to do anything. That's just stupidity.
That is real money now. Let's say assuming 5 billion. Then come the Femi Otodola. Possibility bringing $1 billion to 1.something billion to $2 billion. Coming the guy that have glue. You understand me? That guy might come also some few $1 billion, right? That's how the go-to actually was being.
Yeah, Mike Adenuga.
Yeah, Mike Adenuga. So what you saying now, when you say Puffy, what happened to Kanye West? Kanye West is the richest black man on earth. But when he makes the wrong step, his money jump for $1.7 billion to 50 million. You understand me? Okay, that's Rihanna is a billionaire, but if you make the wrong step,
I know 50 million.
He really thinks Nigeria got real money. Okay, yeah,
it's money we turn to 10 million. So what you people have in the United States, if the black man want to hire your ego, that's always a billionaire. They just criminality is a billionaire, but bring that the real cash, or you just offend people that control the financial world. Or the media, man, that's
I guarantee you, if Forbes magazine never actually can give you like a real study of where they got the facts about Dangote. It is basically he's the richest black man.
They get it from him.
Yeah, they get it from Dangote himself. Okay, you know, I've never seen anybody itemize all his assets and everything and tell you where they came from that from.
Okay, let me tell you something, Carla. When Nigerians are buying property in London for about 15 to 20 million pounds, they don't borrow the money.
50 to, I don't mean you're a billionaire.
Hold on first.
Angolans buy. Look, you know Angolans. You know how the woman was Angolan lady. You know now Angola invested $32 billion. Gave $32 billion 10 years ago to Portugal. Where's Nigeria? If they're supposed to be so rich, how come they have never given anybody? Has Nigeria ever gave any country $1 billion? But why did Nigeria still receive foreign aid?
God forbid they give another country $1 billion. God forbid.
Angola did.
What's Angola?
What?
Angola gave money to Brazil and Portugal.
And because
Angola loan, they loan that money. They don't give it to them.
Nigerians can't even loan money.
Yeah, but we make you say it right. They loan that money to Portugal and Brazil, not give it to them.
Nigeria can't even do that. Come on,
No,
doesn't have
we're
a
not gonna do
sovereign
it.
wealth.
We're not gonna do it because
Where's
we
the
know.
billions of dollars coming from?
Hold
Stop
on,
it.
you know you're
Please
not gonna
stop.
get that
You
money.
know?
You're not gonna get that money back. What did they do? Why? Look, Angola borrowed that money to Portugal. Guess what? Portugal is not gonna pay that money back.
Hold
What
on, the
happened?
Portuguese
Hold on.
basically bound because it's a sovereign wealth.
Hold
And the
on,
bottom line
what-
is
what
pegged to the
happened?
Portuguese
What happened?
currency. Yeah, they're gonna get their money back because you know why? Because Angola, you know how much real estate Angola's own in Portugal right now? They own like a third of Lisbon.
I can give you.
I was smart.
Insight. Mobutu invested Congo money in Belgium. If you go to part of Belgium, you go towards Luke, or you go towards what they call the French-speaking side, right? You move all the way from Holland to on the way going to. You see a light. The light will be like a daylight.
It's a place called Liege.
Yeah, when you drive, you don't even know no headlight. I passed that route to my friend that about 2001. That was a long time ago. I was shocked. I asked my friend, whose money? Said this is Mobutu money. The train, the tram, everything there was being used by Mobutu money. But where's Zaire to today?
All I know is Africa is corrupt as hell, man.
You know,
Like I said,
so
any black person in America think they're gonna go to Africa and want to deal with these corrupt people, you committing suicide.
They will never pay you back.
You're committing
what
suicide,
happened to
mismanagement, incompetence, and whatnot, backwardness. You know, like shit. You can't say that you don't have money. You'll be coming across money. The money that Africa had, all the money between the Congo, Nigeria, it was enough to make the country develop 1,000,000 times over, right? What it is right now.
Angola borrow money when the Angolas are going to Belgium to Portugal. They're like living a savage life over there. Place I don't have. I think my daughter went on holiday. He said that
Angola is a very developed country, man.
I thought I was somewhere in this bad area in Africa. Portuguese don't just that develop like that. You understand me?
That's not true, Carla. Luanga, the capital city, is well developed. A lot of people, the wealth disparity in Angola is a big problem. A lot of the rest of the country is very, very poor.
I studied Angola when the northern province called Soya, right? I know the administrator of Soya, right? And basically, I was trying to get my mind to build a community there, right? It has an airport, has a seaport, a refinery, everything. That's right on the Congo River. And in the southern part, right, on the Namib Desert, right, there's a place called Tambua, right? It's an abandoned port city right there in the desert in the south and whatnot. It looks like it's still freaking developed as all day. And the Mibe is an abandoned Portuguese city, whatnot, with streets, everything, old abandoned movie theaters, everything is there. So yes, Angola and Zambia got a lot of rural, abandoned, wholly developed cities that are still functional. Same thing with Namibia. Southern Africa is way more developed than West Africa.
Yeah, but the point is the wealth disparity in Angola is one of the highest in the world.
There's wealth
So a
disparity
lot of people that don't benefit.
Everybody's gonna give everybody.
A lot of the country is undeveloped, Carla. I mean, why don't you not understand that?
But the bottom line is this: the wealth disparity is this. The bottom line, what you guys want is overnight success. Oh, wealth disparity. So what are you gonna do? Burn the country down?
They do that.
Is that the answer, Elvis?
No, because you're talking about our money, national resource that should be distributed to the people, not just government officials.
Hold on.
That's why they took all that money from Isabella dos Santos, because she stole the country's money.
Check this out. Is your solution to wealth disparity is burn the country to the ground?
Kala, be very wrong. Kala, you just mentioned Angola because the white man, when the economy was bad, what did they do? They run to Angola, right? And Mozambique. But let's assume Angola economy is bad.
Man, I really can't listen to what Nigeria say about Angola.
They'll put visa on this guy's head. Angolas that live in Portugal, they live like savages, something like it wasn't any other thing. But their country borrowed money to Portugal, but they went over, they started living like savages, or borrow money to Brazil. They can come and sweet man these people because these people want to be associated with the white people. They can just
all I know is when I study Angola, you look at the way the people look on the street. When the kids look well dressed, they don't like nobody's hungry and everything. I mean, I'm dead serious. You see with bread, baskets of food in their head, selling it in this traffic. You don't see none of that shit.
Carla, do a quick Google search of the poverty rate in Angola. Do a quick Google search.
Probably like you see in West Africa.
West Africa, because they don't want nobody. Look, dictator Angola, right?
Angola just built a new city called Kalumba. Brand new cities, beautiful.
Like you see, That's how
you guys got to step your game up in West
now,
Africa.
hold on,
You know?
Kala. That's a black America now running to South Africa now.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
come to South
Well,
Africa.
Angola's not too far from
But,
South
but,
Africa. You know?
but the truth of the matter, you have to know is that West Africa doesn't allow nobody to joke with them. Yeah, West Africa is a very aggressive territory.
What you call? Like I said, my brother Bomani likes West Africa because it reminds him of the tropics, right? I don't like the tropics, right? I don't like Jamaica. I don't like the tropics. I don't like anything tropical. I really don't. The only reason why I like Liberia is because of the history of my people there. Right?
Yeah, you hate anything beautiful, Carla. You hate
I
good
don't
life.
like the tropics. I don't like the tropics at all. No, I don't.
Because you probably sweat like a bucket of sweat a day.
I don't like the tropics and everything like that. I think it's overrated. I don't want to hear nothing about a
Well,
coconut. I
Kala
don't want to hear nothing about a mango.
Kala want the
None of that
government to
stuff.
take
You know?
over
The tropics is overrated. You know.
Kala want a very strong dictator to come and take over people's land and say, now we have to do. No.
I say I would prefer. When I look at Angola, I look at topography, the weather, and everything. I'll prefer there over West Africa any day.
No problem, but we do our own thing our own way. We own our own land. I'm not gonna allow fucking somebody because it's a government come and take my sister's land. I will fight you. That's how West Africa goes.
You can have the land, bro. You can have
it.
Man.
Yeah, because the land is very important. That's my sister's land.
Look, that land that Afro Think Tank got, kiddo, I wish you would take that land back from him. He looks ridiculous.
No. That Afro Tinta become a member of that family. I think that's his land forever.
Yeah, the bottom line is he looks like a fool, man. You should take that land. You should. You would have my Yuyo. You would have
Carla, you're just jealous, man. Go get your own land in Liberia, Carla. Stop being jealous of Afro Think Tank.
Why were you jealous about somebody living a dusty ass life with not taking a bath, no nothing for like when I
want land in Liberia.
I
want to get land in Liberia.
Bottom line,
it's
I don't even want a lot of Negroes from America and Liberia, to tell you the truth, man. I want Liberia all to myself.
If I think Africa,
I really don't.
I want land. I want land in Liberia. I'm gonna go to Liberia.
I'll be like, yo, look, y'all go back to the States, man.
In 300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Let's see. That was the presentation of Angola.
Get gig speeds for $80 a month, powered by fiber from Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider.
I like the cold weather, the temperate weather, and whatnot. My brother Bomani, I love him to death, man. But he's like, yo, man, the tropics, coconut. He get mad at me because I don't drink coconut milk, man.
Carla, do you know why?
Yeah, because he comes from Jamaica. You come from the tropics too, Carla. You come from Nigeria, Congo, Liberia. Yeah, but you come from Nigeria and Congo. Those are tropical areas.
Kilamba New City project has changed the lives of many Angolans.
Angola. The temperature of Angola.
This housing project is well equipped with a complete range of public facilities. We have built schools, sewage facilities, as well as water and power supply systems. I've learned that people in Luanda feel proud of having an apartment in Kilamba New City. That's also what we are proud of. A Santos couple moved into their spacious Kilamba apartment 5 years ago, and for the first time, they have a place of their own.
Carla, you like good.
The conditions where I lived before were not good. It's a rented house, far away from the city. As my income improved, I relocated to this new city built by CITIC Construction. My life has improved now. The Santos are among thousands of households whose prospects have improved because of this grand project. And now, the building complex is one of the world's largest residential sectors. The project has indeed boosted local employment and improved the overall living standards.
Yeah, when your building collapses on you, that's a whole... that's great, Antnam,
Carla, you see what you're showing, right? You're showing things, a China man came over there.
The government faced a problem. The population of Rwanda is growing by 3.5% annually.
Rwanda tem aproximadamente 10 milhões de habitantes.
Nowadays, Rwanda has 10 million residents. And the infrastructure is stretched. There's not enough water for so many people. Phase 3 of the Candelabro will provide water for 900,000 more people. It helps us mitigate the problem, especially in the north of Rwanda.
The contract was valued $122 million.
I tell you right now,
The
if I had a
Industrial and Commercial
chance,
Bank of China and the China CITC Bank provided the
I
export
moved to
buyers
Rwanda
credit.
and Angola
CIMIC
right
is
tomorrow.
the first company, first Chinese company that entered the Angola.
God bless the
And we
Chinese.
started our business in 2002 with many of the ministries in Angola in the area of the infrastructure. And this also brought us lots of reputation.
No one could have been prepared for a global pandemic. The project was delayed for 5 months.
In the March of this year, we finally finished this construction. And in the April, we have made the water treatment plant in function. Actually, because of the epidemic COVID, many of our colleagues, they cannot travel to China to have their holiday. Almost for 3 years.
The Energy and Water Ministry awarded the contract based on the reputation of CIMAC to get the job done, according to the project director.
You can say the contractor is CIMAC. They have all of the international standards about the construction of the project, and they are good engineers and help us a lot during the construction phase. And we have to say that it's also good to finish the project this year.
The two teams have worked well together. There's a common purpose.
We have reached our goal to send the water to the population, and I can say in the future we will guarantee more water for the population.
Citizens are excited to have clean running water.
After the construction of the project, we have seen that we can receive water every day for 24 hours, and the water quality is very good.
Some 2 million people have already benefited from this project. There are plans afoot to increase capacity so that more people can get water. I'm Angelo Coppola for CGTN in Luanda, Angola.
Kala, you say, Kala, it's a pity you show it. I could see why they borrow the Portuguese that billions of dollars. All these men that are speaking, they have Portuguese blood. That
they love the Portuguese.
Hold on. Their father,
they got
their fathers are Portuguese, right? Their fathers are Portuguese. Their mother might be Angolans. They're the one in the top position. That fucking man that was there, that dictator. That
what are you talking about?
Hold on, that fucking man that gave his daughter.
The fathers are Portuguese. Where do you get this stuff from?
Eduardo dos Santos.
See, Kala, we have misraised.
Yeah, but the bottom line, she wasn't Portuguese. Look, Dos Santos was half Portuguese.
We have misread Nigeria.
Customize and save with Liberty Dos Santos as Russian, not Portuguese.
Kala,
we have nothing to do with Portuguese.
We have misread Nigeria. We have dad and Nigeria. They're loyal to the village to call. You understand me? They do things. They don't want not bother to come over and say, because it's a China man. Man, we can do. Yeah, we make mistakes. We learn from our mistake. You understand me? You don't own nothing. You float around by all this big apartment. You don't
I like seeing friggin' I like seeing
people cry. Black
infrastructure.
America cry about land. You cry about land a lot in the United States. You probably have no land. You probably have no land. You know, they used to say, West Africa. Why they hooded their land? The land is wet. I ain't gonna know those fucking parts come.
America, we don't need land. America's a developed country. You don't need land in America.
It's a developed country. The white people owns the land there. That's why.
No. Corporations, black people. You know how much land black people own in America?
Black Americans own land. What are you talking about, Canola?
Kala, see what they do, right?
You create this fantasy with white people own everything. Hold on, Sac Harbor, Long Island, right? Yeah, of course, people get it dominant group of people, of course.
Hold on, Kala. The white man is creeping slowly into African towns. So in Alabama, the Galagechi people slowly they're losing their land to the white man because they want the beautiful.
They're not losing their land. Oh, let's be honest. They're not losing their land. People are selling their land.
People are selling their land.
If you sell your land, you become homeless.
They're taking their land from Cadola. Stop it.
You become homeless.
You know.
I don't want to
say
like
I said. So is it racism? Is it racism? But hold up, the black you guys hear about that case? I know Jonathan, you heard about this, right? Where black people inherited Manhattan Beach, right? They said it was taken away from them,
and then sold it
anyway. You know, they got it on the
and
Wall
then
Street.
sold it.
and then sold it back again anyway. So what's the purpose of all that?
The white man that owns that land, they will keep it for his assets.
No, the white
Kyla, my family is so dumb. They owned a huge portion of South Berkeley.
I got land,
and they sold it.
I got land in North Carolina.
Dummies.
Right? Hold up, my aunts and uncles, right? Instead of handing the land over to me, our family land in North Carolina, which I could do something with it, man. I'd freaking move down there, build a house and everything like that. They're fighting over when we could sell the land, see what little chunk trades they can get off the land and whatnot. So, bottom line, it's black people's fault. It ain't no racism, you know.
Then you blaming me, calling me Dusty for me to hold my land that my 10th ancestors gave to us. I should go and sell it. The China might come and be building.
No, bottom line, your land is not like in America, man. We have real estate here. Land is really.
Kala, you see these people? You know, those land, right? They took those land by force and chased the indigenous people of that land and drove them out. Start building this apartment for half Portuguese children. And
do those people in the building look like they're Portuguese to you, Kidola?
In Angola, they're so.
Hold on, Kidola. Seriously, those people were Angolans. Do they look Portuguese to you?
Let me tell you something, Kala.
Hey, why are we taking shots at Portugal? Angola?
You know what the Indians?
No, these are Portuguese and whatnot. What are you talking about?
Do you know why the Indians could not live in Africa? And the white man?
I have no idea.
After the independence, right? Everything they occupied, everything they own must be given back to Nigeria or to Ghanaian or to any West Africa country.
Kadol, I see Indians all the time. I'm in Lagos right now and seeing Indians.
You understand me?
They're all over the place.
But they're renting. They're there, but they're renting. We give you for rent.
Yeah, I tell you one thing.
I don't know about that.
Millions of dollars out of content every year. They take $1 million out of content.
Hey, Kadol, what's this issue now? I know people that say they work in like these Indian factories and shit, and they get treated like horribly. And the Nigerian government don't do nothing about it. What's up with that?
Okay. What happened with the Chinese?
And the Chinese too. Like they'll be using dangerous machinery that they wasn't really trained to use. They'll get injured and still be forced to keep working.
What happened with the Chinese factory in Abeokuta? They burn it down, right? Because the China make a very wrong move. When that comes, they also drive this India out. You understand me? The Indians are there, but the Indians can't actually portray what they're doing in Kenya or in the Caribbeans, because look, Nigeria is heavily black, and what you're doing won't do.
Yeah, that could be a impediment to development, right? It's
and also, your investment, you have to be 50-50. 50-50.
Hey, so in other words, basically, you put up nothing. Somebody comes over to capital, you automatically get half a business that you didn't put nothing into.
No. You have to partner with a Nigerian person.
Why? Why is that? Why you got to partner with a Nigerian? If you're bringing the capital of the Nigerians coming to putting equal in.
We're not going to say if the Indian man is looking for land, we rent the land. That's the partnership also come. I bring the land.
What I'm saying, I'll never encourage anybody to invest in Nigeria.
You do your shit, you get hell out of that place. You understand me? Because the land belongs to us. You know, even when the government wants the land, when the government wants the land,
I can make plenty of money inside the United States. I'll never have to worry about Africa again. This ain't worth the risk.
The opportunity, or you own your land.
No, you don't own shit, man. I don't go by no lease. I don't go by no lease land shit. You know,
you come up building material. You say I'm developing.
I don't go by no lease land shit.
Why I will lose my land? I'm not going to do that.
When Africa's about you, we're going to do business together. No, you are the business. You know, you come off that plane. Hey, they go a nickel here, $1 here, $2 here, when that next
Black America, can I see? Apart from tourism, Bomani and
I've been around, bro. Yeah, I've been around. I love my African brothers.
Americans are not really coming here with heavy investment yet. You understand me?
No.
They take investment that they do things together. You see, even the ShopRite the White South Africa brought to Nigeria was also built by 50-50. And the ShopRite is not even being owned by White South Africans, but Nigerian people took it over. Their business partner, they bought it.
Well, I just saw it not too long ago. The ShopRite was on fire a couple of years ago. Remember that?
Yeah, might be doing
that, man. It was on fire, man. You guys.
Are you talking about when the South Africans and Nigerians were destroying each other's shit?
Oh yeah.
But what happened? The Nigerian people said, please don't destroy
count.
It's being owned by us now. You know, this West Africa came with that investment 50-50. But
is it making any money? Is it making any profit?
Yeah, make a big profit.
Really? What are they selling?
People do anything you want to buy over there. Nigerian people that live in diaspora, when they come over, they can buy anything they want to buy. They can buy their pasta. If you used to pasta in the West,
so they're importing pasta and selling to local people. Okay.
No, the local people don't actually. Most local people don't go there really. If you want to have a cheap food, you don't go there. You just go to your normal street food, the market, and everything. You buy your food there. People that are going there is diaspora. So
I tell you, when I'm in Liberia, I love shopping at a traditional market, but I really like going to the Lebanese. And you hit that AC, they got the AC kicking. I'm like,
Kyle, I went to ShopRite today. I felt so good.
The AC one, I was like, oh my God.
It was like little Walmart.
Man. I'm like, I can't believe it. Like,
yo,
back home, I go to
who shops at the fucking market?
Kala, what you talking about now,
thank God for the Lebanese, man. Thank God for the foreigners.
Nothing impress us to our land. You can build your.
You can have the land, man. I like the modern shit, man. You can have that dusty land. You're in the Afro think tank, man. You know.
Kala, my grandfather. I'm still living my grandfather's land.
That's
the man
good,
that owns that land is about 10 generations. My great grandfather. They start passing.
I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere, man. Hold on, this Kalunda right here, outside Luanda, right there, the big city of Luanda, and you got a suburb like that they just built. I can see myself living there. That I can see myself living in Africa.
In Rwanda?
Luanda, yeah. That I can see myself living in.
They got a soldier down on every corner.
Well, I don't really give a damn. They got running water, sewer systems, and everything I need.
No, he said Luanda, Angola, not Rwanda, Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
No, not Rwanda. You're not giving no damn dusty Rwanda. Ask Jamal. Jamal been there.
I was about to say what solar system. No, they don't.
Jamal went there. He'll tell you, man. He said Kigali is like. And so what they show you on TV on videos is nothing like that. He's outside of the main part of Kigali. It's so
bad.
It's bad, real bad.
2008, 2009, who were running to Angola? The Portuguese. 2008, 2009.
What's your obsession with the Portuguese? Hold on. Angola is a black country, you know.
Forget it. Who were running to Nigeria in 2008? The Nigerians. Black people running to Nigeria to start businesses there. You understand me? In Angola, look, Kala, you have to understand, if you don't develop yourself, you're liable to come and help you to be developing your territory, you're gone. Even the entertainment you're seeing today is being owned by Nigerians. The cameras, everything they use, they brought everything from America. And they developed their own system of everything. In South Africa, the entertainment is being owned by the white man. That's why I see this pageant of Miss South Africa, everything is being owned by white people, because Mercedes-Benz sponsor all these things. Our pageant is being sponsored by our people. So we want our black people to win it. So if you allow people who come over to start sponsoring your teams, I know the Chinese would like to have some celebrities in Nigeria, but we say, hey, no.
Hold up. The Chinese built the Lekki Free Trade Zone. What are you talking about, Kidola?
Where?
The Lekki Free Trade Zone was built by China Development Corp. You want me to play a video?
Hold on, maybe contracts, but they don't own it.
Oh no, okay. Let's go to the drawing board.
Hold on.
Condola. You can't win this battle.
Hold on. The China man can never
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Hold on. The Kings.
Here we go.
They still collecting their rent money.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show you a video.
The China man can never. Okay. Is that Lekki Free Trade Zone you're talking about? Is it really running? Hell no, it's not really running like that.
Because you guys, they handed over to you guys. You couldn't get it running. You know,
because we don't want them to be in charge.
Well, Charles, man.
You need. We pay you some money. You go. 10 years from now, we can use it for something else. You understand me? Look at Eco Atlantics. If let's assume if we allow
Eco Atlantic is not even run by you.
It's still not built.
Oh yeah, but you know what?
Y'all started Echo Land the same time they
started. Been building that for a while.
Hold on.
Yeah, y'all started the same time to buy.
And why are they selling $1 million apartments on Echo Atlanta now? That ain't New York. Calm down.
Nigeria are taking their time to invest on it slowly. Banana Island was being built like that. Slowly, they're taking their time to do it. But we don't want China man to come with his money. They're out of the blue. So we own here now. It's our zone. No. We build it slowly. That's why you see in Nigeria, we can build house for 10 years slowly, but it belongs to you. There's no mortgage. There's nothing on it. Everything will belong to you. Pass it to your children. That children pass it to that children. Your legacy will be there. So we don't want that rush. Then at the end of the day, like what Kia did now, Kia sold the airport to an Indian man. Is that what you want? Is that whole that development have to be that Kenya have to sell their own airport to India, man, to India people, because the Indians dominate that place in one way or the other. We don't want that. We don't want that, man. We take our time. We own the land. The land is very important. Forget whatever your laws you bring in. These are material that will destroy tomorrow. But the land remain the land and belong to us. We'll pass it to our people. That's just the way it is. You know, Kala, just forget about what you try to say. West Africa is not going to take that shit. These people that love whether they are Indians and they are Portuguese and everything, Nigeria is not going to borrow no damn money to Britain. Because we don't get that money
Nigeria
back.
got to do something, man. It got 20 million people living overseas. When you want to bring some of those people back? Yeah,
20
gotta do
million,
something, man.
see, 20 million, 30 million living overseas.
20 million.
Whatever it is, or
20
whatever.
million
20,
Nigerians live overseas.
These
Man.
are
Largest,
you have to also
largest
put,
expat community in the world.
you have to also put Nigeria descendants also. What you should understand, our miskis also be regarded as Nigerian. You understand me? So all this one factor into the whole thing. That's why we can pick them anywhere to come and represent us. If you're a Nigerian, your father is a Nigerian, your mother is a Nigerian, you're automatically Nigerian. These are when you calculate, but they're doing well. You know, those that want to come back to their ancestors' place, I think they can have access to land and everything to do their thing. Just imagine if these people are not in those places bringing in the money to develop their fatherland and their motherland. You think Nigeria will be what it is today? No, man. We don't know. The moment you borrow the white man money from Africa, they will tear you down. They will overthrow that government. That's what they do to Dos Santos. Who fuck up the Dos Santos? Not the same French and the Portuguese. Took the daughter invested a lot in Portugal. What happened? They took all the money.
Yeah, she invested a lot. She did a lot of good investments. She owned the telecommunications, the Sun Gold. Because I had partners that said we want African Americans to come over and invest in the thing. I tried to get to Mr. Hightower Petroleum to come down there, but I don't have the reach yet for that. Angola's actually looking for partners in the oil industry. You would think Nigerians would be down there, but they ain't got the
Kala, if you go over there, that's when you understand, man, that when they look at you, man, what is this guy doing here? They prefer the Portuguese and the white Brazilian.
No, they don't. My partner Celeste, the queen mother of Angola, basically, she said they don't like the Portuguese and they don't like the Brazilians. I said, well, you got to begin the Brazilians. He goes, Brazilians are ripping off Angola, and same thing with the Portuguese. They do not like the Portuguese in Angola. Trust me.
But the people in power,
Portuguese are despised in Angola. You know why? Because they actually went to war with them. You guys didn't go to war with the British. Angola's so bitter about that war they fought with the Portuguese. You know
why? We don't have. You know why would they fight the British really head on?
Because you're scared.
No, because the British never occupied no land like that.
You guys were scared, man. Come on,
our landmarks, if it's 100 by 100, say 100 by 100. If it's
you guys were scared, you guys didn't want
1,000 by 1,000. But in Angola, the Portuguese was owning the land. You have to fight when somebody occupy you. When somebody occupy you, you have to fight to get your land back. That will happen over there. You understand me? Why in West Africa, the British, they were just like somewhere else. Okay, independence, leave the building. You thank you for your service. We can be friends. I will see you another time. That will happen. You understand? Because the British, when we allowed them one single foot, even when the British wanted to control Nigeria palm oil business, we drove them.
Okay, here it is. Lucky Nigeria. Lucky. Here we go.
Tala, you should be proud about it. Yeah, this is owned by the black man, and this is owned by the Obans and the chiefs.
Yeah, but who built it? The Chinese. The black man didn't build it.
Kala. This land is built by the Chinese, but the Chinese left.
Lagos Free Trade Zone, an 800-hectare world-class free trade zone integrated with deep seaport facilities, has taken shape in the heart of Nigeria, Africa. Nestled in the Atlantic coast at just 60 minutes drive from the commercial hub of Lagos City, it is well integrated with excellent connectivity. Integrated within the secured free trade zone are a deep seaport with a wide range of diversified industries, food industry, logistics and warehousing facilities, marine industry, liquid storage cluster, petrochemical industry, a centralized utilities cluster, gas supply from inland, an international business park, an exclusive residential zone, dedicated living quarters, and a high-end mixed-use zone. With multi-purpose deep seaport facilities, Lagos sits to be more than just a transshipment hub. Manufacturing enterprises can capitalize on efficient, hassle-free, and the global network provided by this world-class port and free trade zone. Planned along with world-class infrastructure and dedicated utility services, the industrial zone will serve the needs of various industries, such as the port-related industry, logistics and warehousing facilities, food industry, and others. The marine industrial zone is located next to the seaport, with provisions for platform and jetty services. To the west is the liquid storage cluster, designed in modular sizes of 5 hectares each to hold different types of liquid for processing within the free trade zone for global exports as well as domestic market. To the north of the Lagos Free Trade Zone is the petrochemical cluster. An industrial symbiosis is created with its synergy with the liquid storage cluster and the centralized utility zone. Lagos Free Trade Zone is a custom bonded area with round-the-clock security to ensure a safe and uninterrupted business environment. At the heart of the development is an international business park, serving as an operational headquarters of leading businesses in the region. Surrounded by lush greenery and cooling water bodies, the park is set to adopt world-class sustainable practices. The residential zone is intentionally carved out of its natural surroundings. Embraced by natural water bodies and greenery, there are a variety of housing typologies to offer. Well placed and within reach are social and community facilities, such as clubhouse, healthcare, education institutions, recreational areas, and others. Adding to the residential zone is the facilities-equipped workers' housing, dedicated to those working in the free trade zone. And finally, the mixed-use zone is an upscale hub of commercial and retail activities, with retail mall, cinema, service department, and others. Lagos Free Trade Zone, a truly world-class integrated development at the forefront of serving the growth of Africa business. Lagos Free Trade Zone, a Tolaram Group venture.
Now, I've been studying Lagos Free Trade Zone for a lot of years. I watched a lot of videos and everything. That's one of the best ones. I just can't wait till it comes to fruition. I mean, African brothers, man, they'll video you in 3D models you to death, man. I get excited about this. Yeah, Lekki Free Trade. I almost had my bags packed when I first saw this like 15 years ago. I almost had my bag. I'm going there and whatnot. I was supposed to be there right now in Lekki Free Trade Zone and whatnot with my business and everything like that, but didn't work out, man. I don't know, man. Nigerians, man, y'all never cease to not disappoint me and shit,
Color.
There's always color. Nigga, bro, get it up and running. Get it popping, man.
Oh no, color, no pumping. You build house with woods in America, right? They jack it up with blocks under it. Then you can go on there.
No, my house is built out of stone.
So you want to compare the way people build a house in America to the way Africans build houses in Africa? We build that with real bricks.
No, you guys built with freaking cheap ass.
So we call it
It
blocks.
looks good, but yo, look, I give you guys got your 3D game up and running, man. Real good. But like I said, I wish you look. I did the kiddo. Let me tell you, you don't believe nothing I say. For years, I dreamed about the Lekki Free Trade Zone. I want Nigeria to be that country. You know, this, that, and the other thing. Why you guys can't get together? I have no idea.
You know why? You know why? We don't want the China man to control it. So
we don't worry about the China man, nigga. Control yourself, man. Do something, man. You know.
But then the China man started penetrating your zone, or the Indian man started occupying.
Doesn't matter, man. Let somebody do something. Get something popping, man.
See what happened to
Kenya. You got to get something. You got to get something going.
Historical name, airport being named after their president that found independent, Jomo Kenyatta, is being sold to the Indians.
Bottom line, I think you guys are messing over nothing, man. The bottom line, hold on. Okay, if that's the case, then why is Echo Atlantis open to international investors? All the property that they so-called sold are German companies, Swiss companies, and everything like that. So what does it mean? You just don't want the Chinese?
No, they don't own it. You know.
Oh Lord, stop, Kidola. Stop.
You can rent it.
Hold on. Jonathan Miller, tell him that the friggin' the Echo Atlantic was open to international investment. That's how they got the thing started.
You're not a Nigerian citizen.
Open to international investment, owned by 9 Nigerians.
So Kiddo can talk all that stuff. No one's talking about your dusty kingdom of Edo. You know, you're talking about a separate entity that's basically.
Hey, don't be taking shots at us. You leave our Edo alone.
No, Jonathan.
Come on, Kadola. He's going after the family now.
When Obaseki tried to do stupid, tried to bring American style, they go after him, right? They ring the election. They said no. This man is a threat to the fatherland.
Bottom line is, hold on. How is Echo Atlantic going to be developed like Dubai if you think it's only going to be Nigerians that own property?
Okay, the Banana Islands and all those visitors.
Hey, that's a freaking dusty ass piece of property with Banana Island. You know,
they did themselves, right? Nigeria would have done themselves.
I seen Kidola on me and Jamal looked on Google Earth. We saw Banana Island. The freaking transmission towers were laying in the lake. You know, I hope they got it up right now. Everybody Banana Island.
Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I went to all of these uppity places that people talked about on the island.
Shit, man.
And when I went there, I was all excited. I was like, can't wait. Once you go outside the malls, you go into all the other regular businesses. It's like, what the fuck?
You talk about buildings. Look,
electricity barely working. It's like, come on now. Y'all, they made this place bigger than what it really is. But in the future, it'll be better. I'm pretty certain.
When MTN came to Nigeria through Obasanjo, MTN wanted to dominate everything. What happened? Nigeria, a guy came in called Adenuka with Glow. I go after, compete with it. Even Obasanjo tried to pull him down. We said, hey, no. Every Nigerian started buying Glow. You understand me? Even MTN TV dish, people use Glow. Because even when South Africa started doing this xenophobic of a thing, we started doing it. We just go to do our own thing, man. Why these people are coming here to just do nonsense. We do our thing slowly. Even the Benin City, Jonathan Maelo, it be built. Benin City is being owned by tribes still. The houses you see there, some of them, a lot of them be owned by the ancestors. But it's developing slowly on its own. You're not going to let nobody pick your land and tell you, because you want 3-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment from a China man. Start building shit that you start losing your identity, your land, and everything. No, fuck that.
You do if your culture's that weak, it could disappear just like that. Maybe it needs to go.
No, that culture. Because if that culture go, we're gone.
No, bottom line, your culture should be strong enough to withstand.
No, that culture go, we're gone.
Your culture's weak, man. Your culture could disappear just like that. If culture could disappear like that, then you need to change it for do something.
We're not going to change it for Pathfinder and the Toyota and all kind of shit. If that culture go, we're gone. So that's what we hold on to. The culture is too thick. It's not going to live. Our Oba is our Oba. Our chiefs are our chiefs. Our food is our food. Our land is our land. If you take this away from us, you start doing it like The way
well, I don't want to take your culture away from you, bro. I want you to be
Georgia?
happy.
No, man.
I want you to be real happy over there, whatever you're doing over there. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna end the live broadcast. I'm gonna leave the thing up. You guys want to do it? I'm real tired. Long, productive day today. Tomorrow night's Tuesday. Now I think I'm gonna do the show.
Kala, have you ever been to Nigeria?
No.
Visit me, you will like it.
I don't think so.
No, you will like it, man. All the restaurants.
Okay, how about this? You get Echo Atlantic, Lagos up and running and whatnot. Lekki up and running like that. Then I'll visit.
Kala,
when you guys get that up and running, and
when you wake up in Nigeria, you went to your balcony and say "Good morning, Nigeria" or "Good morning, Lagos." The next person will answer.
I'm not going to invest when
the next person will answer to you be Nigeria accent.
I'll go there and visit and whatnot, but invest.
If you visit there, right? Maybe you see on your Airbnb.
Because check us out, my good friend John Cashin was there for 35 years. Came back to America with nothing,
Because he
knew everybody, man. He was with government officials.
He was busy enjoying himself. If he lived so long in Nigeria,
the bottom line here, look, he tried to build a monorail there. 35 years, man. I've known John
35 years. 35 years. They achieved nothing. That is his own fault.
Yeah, the bottom line, he achieved very little.
Is he a Nigerian citizen?
I don't have. Yeah, he had a Nigerian passport. Yes.
Okay. Why did he buy a property for himself?
He has a property. He has a property in Lagos. He has he had a wife. I don't know if it's together now. He has a little girl, a daughter.
Okay. If you have a house in Lagos that is not being built on mortgage,
bottom line, that ain't enough, bro. Having a house is not no flex.
So what does he want then?
He wanted to have a business. He wanted to build his metro rail shit. Couldn't do it, man. Nigeria didn't see the vision. He had a good plan and whatnot. That he said,
Kala, you
Nigeria had the funding and everything like that. All they need would do is a low, like if they said, how Angola put $30 billion. If Nigeria had a sovereign wealth fund, he could have built a monorail. For Lagos. He showed me the blueprints. How basically all he needed was Lagos. All he needed was
business smoking weed
and $1, and it would pay for itself. That would pay for itself.
That is business smoking weed in the Fela Shrine and all those things. You think out of those weed, they can just build a place like that.
And said Nigeria with the rail system. No, I'm sorry, it don't have rail.
No.
Last time I checked, the light rail was underwater because they built it below
35 years. Kala, okay, Nigerians that live in America for 35 years, they know what they own in America. They just own property, right? They own properties. That's just all. They maybe own property in America. In Nigeria.
It's good for them.
So when they retire, they go back to their home in Nigeria. That's
good for them.
But he lived 35 years.
We need more.
I don't think that dude does not own no property in Nigeria. That's why
owning the property in Africa is no flex. Trust me.
What do you want? What do you want? You want to pay your mortgage and then they come and drive you out?
Of Nevada.
You in your own house, you get old there, you die there. Nobody's driving you out. Nobody's telling you, give me your house or your mortgage.
There's no liquidity in that because you guys don't have any mortgage system.
It does not matter. What do you want to live upon? You want a roof for your head that nobody will be chasing you out.
No. House is just sound investment. You could put.
When you get older, all this so-called liquidity, these are useless things.
Yeah, you guys don't understand that.
He goes, just a guy that is 67. Look, Kala, the moment you
guys do your own thing. Hey, anyway, Kidola,
hold on, Kala, let me tell you. The moment you turn 65, right?
You guys don't buy no
fancy furniture anymore in your home. You want the furniture you have in your home to be there.